Tequila. It's the Bennington Show. Ron Bennington, Gail Bennington, and for Iconic Movie Scene Week, that was our own Chris Stanley, bringing us, no doubt, another alcohol-related song. Tequila.
Love it. Love it.
There is no song that makes me want to drink tequila as much as that song.
It's perfect. How were they able to get a liquid into musical form?
Not only that, but you feel sweaty. You know what I mean? Like you're drinking tequila in a hot place.
And I dare you not to, start dancing along with them.
Oh, no. You mean Pee Wee dance?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that dance did not exist before Pee Wee. And now everyone does the weird thing with their arms and acts like they're up on their toes, but no one can do that like the P.
It's
a little front, a little back, a little front, a little back.
When you look at that, and it couldn't be any dumber, I saw that in a movie theater and saw people fucking screaming and hitting each other with shoes and trying to fucking gouge each other's eyes out. They were just, it was the funniest thing in the world. That man's a maniac.
He's brilliant. I love Pee Wee
He's
Herman.
unbelievably brilliant. He may be smarter than Einstein.
How did he get that to work? This ridiculous.
I don't know. Why, first of all, why would you even think of it?
Throwing drinks on the bar.
I know. The bikers are loving him.
He's turned bikers in this movie.
Yeah. That thing on the toes is the funny. Look how his body's shaped. Like a lightning bolt.
It's amazing.
Well, that was a good one. All right, everybody's been strong so far this week. We'll see how Joey Jojo does tomorrow. Mm-hmm. As a matter of fact, I don't want to hear about it. I want to hear it on air.
Got it.
But so far, Iconic Movie Songs has just been amazing. All right, it is the Bennington Show on a Wednesday.
Thursday.
We're Thursday already.
I know.
Wow.
This week's flying by.
You know, I'm one of those people that hates weekends. So I say, oh shit, it's Friday.
Really?
Yeah.
That's weird. People usually like the weekend.
Yeah, I don't know why. I guess because my life's not that different, whether I'm working or not working.
Well, it must work out for you because then you only hate 2 days instead of hating 5.
Did you say Jew days?
No,
because
I didn't.
Not true.
I did not say.
That's not true.
And if I did, I would have said J days.
That's better.
Mm-hmm.
That's better. I call that J-E date. In case people don't know exactly what I'm talking about.
Get a little more specific.
I'm working on a new impression right now. I hope you guys like it. Are you ready? Okay. I'm Hillary Clinton, and I'm trying to bore you to death.
It's working.
That fucking cadence, that fake cadence that she has.
Yeah.
I can't even look at her or listen to her.
It's like a Harvey Milk cadence, but no fun accent to go along with it.
I think that you're right about that. There is a weird Harvey Milk thing taking place.
I'm Harvey Milk, and I'm here to recruit you.
See, I think that he was trying to do Kennedy.
Right.
I don't know who she's trying to do. Maybe she's an android from the future, here to warn you. That's all I start to hear. There's like seconds into it.
He's got a player in the movie, though, that's for sure.
Who's going to play her in the movie?
Sean Penn.
Okay.
Okay. Gotcha.
You know, we never brought up Sean Penn. We brought up actual Harvey Milk.
I only see him as the movie as opposed to the actual figure.
This is why I bitch about movies not being factual, because most people don't bother. You know, people are like, well, if they're interested, they can just go read about the person. They never do.
I mean, well, Chris is sitting here like, yeah, I guess she does sound like Sean Penn.
There's like an entire generation of people now who thinks that, you know, Hitler was burned to death in a movie fire.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't.
It's a fact.
That's how the war ended.
And that was such an incredible scene, though.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Oh, man, that would have been perfect to do.
I know.
That when Bowie suddenly exploded in the middle of that movie. From another movie, by the way. He just took another movie theme.
Right.
Like, Bowie wrote that song for a movie.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, you'll give me that much money? Yeah, okay.
Sure, why not?
Cat people, yeah. And then he just throws it in a World War II pick, and the fucking thing worked.
Worked very well.
I don't know how he does it. Oh, QT, what's next?
What can't you do?
What can't you do?
Hillary, is that you?
I'm trying to make sure no woman ever goes into the White House as president.
I think she's going to succeed. She's definitely going to succeed in not doing it.
Well, they have that other woman that everybody loves.
Oh, yeah.
That is smart.
God, what's her name?
I think it's Harvest Milk.
No, you're getting
Harvest
confused.
Moon. That's
Elizabeth
Warren.
Elizabeth Warren, who the left would love to have, but it's not her turn. It's Hillary's turn.
Yeah,
we all take turns as women.
Men don't have to take turns.
I'm going to make this prediction right now that you will see before you see a woman president. You'll see a hipster with a giant beard and maybe those earrings that go down, that make their ears go down to their shoulders.
Giant
Gauged
gauges.
Gauged out ears.
I have gauged out ears.
Yes.
I've
drank over 78 variations of beer in the last 3 days.
Well, we haven't had a bearded president in a very long time.
Oh, I thought you were going to say ever, because I was going to yell Lincoln.
But there was a stretch where it was okay to be a bearded president, and then we gave up on it.
Well, what about a mustachioed president?
I will put them all in the same facial hair.
Okay.
Because I think, obviously you have Lincoln.
Right.
But I would also put the Van Burens in there, which was a giant...
Lamb chops?
Yeah, giant chops that were very unkempt.
You'll never see that again.
I don't know. I don't know.
See anything more than those giant things.
The Van Burens. I think that they should just be called Van Burens, because I'm not sure if anyone else has done that since.
Look at them.
Because he actually, come on, he combed those out.
Yeah.
Like, I think there's product in there keeping
Did
it.
he comb them out or just pull them out as he was having a conversation?
Like when somebody strokes their mustache, he just pulls his Van Burens out.
Have I fluffed them out enough for you people? I could fly with these chops. As far as mustachioed, Teddy Roosevelt must have been the last, right? Did anybody rock one?
Taft had a mustache. He was the last one. He came after Roosevelt.
Let's take Taft had a big mustache so you wouldn't pay attention to his weight.
Right. It's a distraction. Oh, it's a great look, though.
Well, the man was stuck in the White House bathtub, which is fucking amazing.
And he had to be oiled up, I think.
I don't know whether they did that or they just came in with hammers and shattered the tub around him.
Save him!
Could you at least give me a towel for my balls?
The president, for Christ's sake.
Now, I would say no, that we wouldn't have this, but I remember a time, and it was like in the 80s, where comedians would never have facial hair because they thought, your face, your reactions. But up in Montreal, the amount of big beards on comics now it's about 30%. And I mean, massive beards.
Yeah, I think it has a good shot of coming back to the White House.
Maybe the first beard in the White House will be Bill Clinton. I did a sexual
Very clever.
joke. Yeah. There's something with them in their arrangement.
Something strange.
They have an arrangement.
We're going to get to the bottom of it.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to know.
Well, the bottom is Bill. There's no doubt about that in that relationship. I'm just thinking that Hillary just doesn't stand a chance. And I mean, seriously, it looks like the socialist is coming on so strong right now that we would really be ready to just have Karl Marx in there before Hillary.
Yeah, we needed something extreme, and she's not extreme.
My dream is Trump versus Sanders. That's my absolute dream ticket. Something to displease everybody.
And the entertainment value there would just be through the roof.
Oh, yeah. Well, they're saying that they're both running strong, but they're both unelectable because they can't get a single vote from the other side. So if it's Sanders versus Trump, it might be 37% to 37% and the rest undecided.
Right.
No shows.
Just write-ins. Why don't we just let Canada just fucking rule us for a while? Submit to Canada.
we'll just take on everything you have. Give us your laws.
Whatever.
All your policies.
We'll fly your flag above ours.
Whatever.
It's fine.
No, here's how it should go. The Canadian flag, then the Quebec flag, and then finally the American flag.
Perfect. That's exactly it.
We've got it. We've got everything we've ever wanted. You're done, America.
And then maybe the little mustachio bearded flag under that. Just to say, we're ready.
All right, bearded president or woman president? What do you really think, Gail?
What will actually happen first? I think bearded president will come back. I think it used to be seen as something like untrustworthy.
Yeah.
And now I think if you ask most Americans, what do you trust more, beards or women? I think they would say beards.
I think it not only should be beards, but he should have hemostats clipped into them.
There's no chance of. Look, everyone likes beards now. They're very popular, but no one takes the bearded person seriously.
All right, well, I'm going to agree with you because I thought that you had it. Because you don't see a bearded CEO. You know what I mean?
Right.
You don't see a bearded doctor.
But I think you will.
All right, let's say this. You're getting on a plane, right? That's the fucking pilot. Has a big giant beard.
Walking
I'm gonna Yui. I'm gonna just start backing out of the plane.
I would see him like a trustworthy sea captain. A captain of the air.
Sea captains aren't trustworthy, though. Those guys are drunk 3/4 of the time.
First of all, what you're saying right now, you could be sued for.
No. Is there a sea captains union out there?
You know what? You have to be so fucking smart to be a sea captain. And if there's one of those things that the movies have just let on, you're like, I talk funny, so I'll steer this. Like it's fucking easy. It's like math. You're out in the middle of the ocean going from one spot to another while there's waves hitting you. No, that shit's brilliant. And yet, I'm going to say this. Just like if thinking Sean Penn got killed back in the 1970s.
It's really sad.
You have believed the movies that somehow sea captains are untrustworthy, crazy people.
Yeah, well, it's the pirate movies that have gotten to me.
Oh, a pirate, sure. I'll agree with you.
Right.
That
sure.
3/4 of pirates are untrustworthy.
Even crab fishermen, because I watched that Deadliest Catch show, and those guys seem half in the bag most of the time. And they're bearded a lot.
I'm going to tell you right now, they're in the bag 0% of the time. You're not only when you're out there, are you sober? You're on fucking point because that thing could turn over at any second. Now, when you get into port, all hell breaks loose. And that's because those guys are under such stress the entire time they're out there, and they've come back in with 6 weeks of pay. You know what I mean?
I made $35,000 in the last 2 weeks.
They go through at least 2 weeks' pay the first night they get back.
But you're putting any man of the sea on par with a pirate.
Thank you.
Yes, I am.
Thank you.
And I don't deny a pirate is an unscrupulous character, sure.
What about the air pilot, John McCain?
Yes.
No one brings him up.
Clean shaven, though.
Even Trump has problems with him. I wonder if he was clean shaven while he was in Vietnam, though, in that prison camp. I don't think you have time to, you're in a bamboo cage. I don't think
they're trusting you with a razor, so.
They give me a razor, I'm cutting my own throat.
Gotcha.
The only reason I don't kill myself now is who's going to take care of my friend, Ratty. You know how quick you'll make a fucking friend out of a mouse? If
Sure.
In a second.
Yeah.
I would do that if I got stuck in an elevator.
Well, where's going to be mice in an elevator?
Bet you'll have a cockroach.
Don, we had a lot of elevator mice, and I want you to talk to the building about it.
They are adorable, but...
Yeah, they're great. The only way that I would be friends with mice is if they help dress me for the big ball. I was the only kid who, when I saw Cinderella, went like this. Ew! She's got mice
clothe me, mice! Clothe me!
It's so gross.
She deserved to be poor. She's hanging out with mice.
Help me slip out of this petticoat, mice.
Yeah, that's the nuttiest thing. We teach kids such crazy ass shit. One of them, of course, is here's the two nutty things that we teach them: that mice will dress them, or anyone can be president, even Hillary Clinton. I'm trying to make you wonder what's wrong with me. I'm going to tell you this, Gail. One of the biggest problems, I think, for women when they think they want to get ahead is to try to act like a man. You know what I mean? She's basically saying, is this how a man talks to you?
Right.
And makes you feel safe.
But what is her alternative? If her alternative is to talk and communicate like a woman, I don't think that she would have any chance either. That's why I just think
Beard
is going to happen first.
Straight beard. Yeah, I don't know. I would at least say be yourself. Stop making up. I've seen her talk before, and she doesn't talk that way.
Right. But she does not have interest in regular feminine things. She's always made it very clear that she doesn't want to talk about her clothes, and she's not that type of person. I don't say
she's going to sit around and gossip. I just said you use your regular speaking voice, not we are going to get health care for anyone. She could be like this. I'll give each and every American $1 million. You're like, I don't like her.
But that's just what they do while they're campaigning. Because remember, Obama had this incredible preacher's voice. He had this amazing way of speaking. And then he got into office, and then he was like Ernie from Bert and Ernie. It was like,
when they started to call him Jesus and all that, the Fox News, they stopped it in its tracks. I mean, what they tried to do was the Sermon on the Mount. It worked to stop him, but he brought it back recently.
Right.
For the people who were murdered in the church, and you're going to see it a lot when he gets out of office.
Right. He'll be able to return to that guy again.
Yeah, he's going to go back into that because that's who he wants to be. You know what
right. I mean? So you think it's the opposite. It's not that he was putting on something phony while he was campaigning, but more that he had to rein it in.
Well, he had to rein it in because he grew up watching preachers, and he knew that was. I mean, Chris Rock does the same thing when he's on stage. I mean, when you're watching Chris Rock on stage, you're watching the funniest preacher you've ever seen in your life. But it's all that same stuff. It's public speaking. If you look at some of the greatest public speakers of all time, like Martin Luther King, he used the church voice. I don't think he'd talk like that around his house.
Right.
You know?
He wasn't asking someone to pass the butter that.
I don't think he's going like this. I'm not looking for turkey. I'm not looking for a meatloaf. But I want to bring steak into the dining room. And everybody, the fucking kids going crazy. Yeah. I'd be so pumped up for it. There's only one person who's got a chance to win this election. And right now, everybody's got a Trump. Everybody's got Trump.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am officially running for President of the United States, and we are going to make our country great again. Free trade can be wonderful if you have smart people, but we have people that are stupid.
All right, this is one of the things that I do love about Donald T. Trump. He has a zero likability factor, and he doesn't care whether you like him or not.
And yet he's doing so well.
Because people are pissed off. They're pissed off because they've been pissed on. Trump, 16. His daughter, Malika, hasn't even gone out and started to stump the Trump for him.
Oh, she will, though, right? I mean,
Malika Trump, yeah. She'll help him judge contests. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
She's part of the family biz. I admire that. By the way, is likability important to you in a person? Do you like likable people, or do you like cranky, bitchy people?
Well, I mean, it's hard to say because I would say such a large percentage of people you meet are just not likable.
Really? You think so?
Yeah, I would say if you're meeting someone or you're at a party, I'm going to say 45% are likable.
Wow, that's 45? Even as low?
Yeah.
I always thought that most people were likable. They just weren't interesting. There's a big difference to me than being dull and being likable. Just the fact that I don't like someone, it doesn't mean that they're not likable. As a matter of fact, that if I even if I don't like them, I don't think anything bad of them. I just think that they're dull people. Like, I think your dull person thing might be high, but give me an unlikable person that we all know. Somebody that works here. Like, let's say Jenny Hutt.
Yeah.
Oh, Jenny's likable.
She'll drive you crazy, and she's annoying.
Sure.
But I would certainly not say that she's not likable. She's just ambitious.
Well, I think that there's...
Sway, likable.
Oh, very likable.
Oh, yeah, he's charming. But I think that there's an initial thing where you're like, no, I don't like that person. I don't have interest in continuing a conversation with them. And maybe if you did continue, you'd find out that there are like good aspects of their personality.
Well, that's
but
what I mean. That makes them likable.
Yeah, but just on initial interaction with people, I think what you get from a first impression from some people, I would say most, you would be like, I'd rather not continue this conversation.
Give me one. Give me somebody that you had a bad feeling about, no longer do. Because I don't think you can back up these numbers. I think the opposite of likable is not, boring or dull. It's assholeness. You know what I mean? So I know, like, the entire sales department, I don't want to be around them.
Right.
But their bubbly, fake enthusiasm is not...
But wouldn't you find that unlikable?
No, because I think they're selling likability.
Right.
I just say likability is not appealing enough to be friends with. You know what I mean? Even kindness.
All right, well,
I don't want to be around a lot of kind people either.
What percentage of people would you say, upon first meeting them, you would say... Yeah, I'd like to go out to dinner with that person.
Oh, that's a much smaller number. But I could go out, like, Lou Reed is unlikable, but was highly interesting.
Yeah.
So Lou Reed would work for me. Iggy Pop might even, embarrass me out in public. I'd still go. I'd say a big part of comedians themselves are unlikable. And yet they're highly interesting. And I'd rather be with that unlikable type person than a likable, nice person.
But Trump is a good example because that's somebody who you would say that person is unlikable. You find their antics, what their antics to be entertaining.
Right.
But if somebody said, that you had to go out to dinner with Trump or spend the weekend with Trump.
Well, a weekend is too much for anybody. I mean, a weekend.
Weekend getaway.
Yeah. A weekend is way too much, even for relatives.
What about a day trip to a museum? Could you go on a day trip?
A day tripper?
With Trump.
A one-way ticket, yeah. Let me say, it'll take me so long to find out. But I'll find out. Yeah, I think I could go out like a long drive with Trump.
Yeah.
Like we got to drive to Pittsburgh. Sharing a fucking car to Pittsburgh. Yeah, but we would be fighting and shit. But I'd rather that than somebody that was nice and was just telling me about their banana bread recipe. You know what I mean? I'd rather be with an asshole on a car trip than a nice person.
Right, but you wouldn't, I mean, that's just being like a non-offensive.
Right.
You wouldn't say you like that person, would you? If you're like somebody who's non-offensive personality, you'd be like, oh, do you like Bill? You'd be like...
Yeah, I mean, if you said to me, do I like most people? I'd be like, yeah, I like them. But it doesn't mean I want to spend any time. Like, do you think that Chris Stanley is likable?
Yeah, I find him to be likable.
I don't.
Ouch.
And I find him much more... I mean, I'd find him to say horrendous things. But I'd much rather be with Chris Stanley. And I told you, like, up in Canada, he was a fucking nightmare. But it was making me laugh, you know?
But I think that is likable. Because you like their presence.
All right, let me just say this, because I think that that it's all semantics here.
Okay.
Would you say that Jeffrey Gurian is likable?
Yeah, I would say he's personable. Yeah.
I didn't say is he personable.
Answer the question.
Do you like Jeffrey Gurian?
I like Jeffrey Gurian.
Now, I think people can actually be judged on whether they like Jeffrey Gurian or not. That it's up to you. Are you looking for normal? Because I know some people are haters with an 8. And I would see comics look up and see Jeffrey and be so fucking happy and run over to him.
Right.
I saw a comic say to Jeffrey, "You're my good luck charm. Jeffrey, you've been there throughout my career. You were with me before anybody else." Amazing things. And I don't know if he's likable in the regular sense.
Well, I guess that's what we're like. That's where the difference is, because Jeffrey is like a unique snowflake. So wouldn't you rather be someone like around someone like that?
But I would say that if you did a likability thing with him, with a lot of people, he would have some Hillary Clinton numbers.
Really?
Yes.
Right.
Read Twitter whenever he comes in. People will just say, turning the show off. Because, he's easy to bully or whatever.
Right.
And he has to block a lot of people. But,
But that's somebody that you would want to sit and have a conversation with. Wouldn't you rather spend some time with someone like that?
But that's a different thing that you actually said. He is not likable in the regular sense.
Right.
But he's crazy interesting, even when he's driving you crazy. I saw him do this the other day, and I'm not fucking kidding about this. He set a glass of water back in a restaurant.
It's true.
He said, I go, never in a million years has someone sent back water. But he wanted ice in his water, right? And up there, for whatever reason, they're not doing ice. He fucking talked about it on the plane. They just gave him water without ice. So he wouldn't shut up about ice. He's going, who doesn't have ice? You got to have ice in your water.
As soon as we sat
you got to
down.
have some ice. And everyone's like, shut the fuck up about the ice, Jeffrey. I can't have this. It's like tepid. Feel it. It's tepid.
I'm waiting 15 minutes for a beer. Chill out with the ice, okay?
And I just yelled, give the fucking man some ice. I was going crazy. I was going to run the other fucking tables and throw it ice. You get your fucking ice now, Jeffrey. You got ice. So yes, those kind of Jewish guys can drive you crazy, but they're much more entertaining and interesting than likable. Likable is just a nice, likable person.
All right. So if we take the term likable out and replace it with interesting, or what percentage of people would you want?
What percentage of people are interesting?
Yes.
Very, very small.
Yes, because Jeffrey's interesting.
Yeah, he's very interesting. I mean, why does he do what he does? That's fucking interesting.
Where's the money come from?
What does he hope to gain from it? How does he have a string of apartments in one fucking building on 2nd Avenue with a beautiful view?
It's a goddamn mystery.
Darling, I love you, but give me 2nd Avenue. Da-da-da-da-da. No ice. Da-da-da-da-da. I need ice.
It's all about ice.
I want to get some ice today. Look at fucking ice.
Whole show based around his need for ice.
Chris, am I making up slightly how much you talked about ice?
All right, so we sit down, then the fucking water comes, and there's no ice in it, and that's the first thing he zeroes in on, and then he doesn't stop talking about it until the goddamn waitress comes back, which was a long time, which was 15 minutes for real. They wouldn't fucking take our order. He's
sending stuff down to the iBang every day from up there. The first column, right, was 3 pages about ice. And I'm not fucking making that up. What? And they had to say, Jeffrey, this is about comedy, not your lack of ice on an airplane, in a hotel, in a restaurant.
No one cares about the beverages, Jeffrey.
They have fucking hockey up there, all right? They have nothing but ice.
They're sick of ice.
Yeah. If they drink ice, they could die because there's ice around them.
They're now freezing from the inside.
Look, you're not in the fucking Bronx, Jeffrey. You're on the road. People do things differently.
Don't you understand?
Like, here's the thing that was weird in the restaurant. So Chris orders some toast with his breakfast, right? Mm-hmm. So they come up and put a couple of little things next to you for your toast. What did they put there, Gail? What would you expect to see that a restaurant brings out for your toast?
A little butter, a little jam.
How about this? A little jam, a little peanut butter. There was no butter.
No butter.
They got peanut butter.
What?
It's like, what is this?
You know what he says?
Peanut butter jelly
Who
toast?
can put peanut butter on first thing in the morning? I mean, feel it, it's tepid.
It's tepid.
I want
Stick
it cold.
your finger in this water. It's tepid.
Da-da-da-da-da. No ice. Da-da-da-da-da. Ice, please.
Shut up about the ice.
Green Acres, and I got no ice.
Still called Green Acres?
Yep.
I want some ice to make my water cold. Ronnie, it makes it cold. It's not cold enough. Do you think they'll have ice later? When we go there? What they say about the ice?
It never ends with the ice.
You could have fucking choked him to death. First of all, Donna's buying this fucking meal. Why not just fucking enjoy yourself?
Yes.
This is free.
Yeah.
Can't complain.
It's warm.
Yes, we know, Jeff.
It's like a urine temperature.
I got the same goddamn glass of tepid ice.
Did you get ice in it?
No.
All right, give me a piece of ice, would you? Because I got none. Look. Then he's like this. Is there iced tea? Take some of the ice out of that and put it in my water. It's driving me crazy. Take this away. I can't even look at it. Don't put ice in there because it'll never get cold enough. Who doesn't have ice?
These people, apparently. Okay? Have you caught on yet?
Now, here's the thing. That's annoying, right? But you'll be able to tell that fucking story forever. So that's the kind of people you like to hang out with. This is the other thing, too. He's like this. Did I tell you when I tried to check into my room? There was already somebody in there.
Okay.
Yeah. I heard some clinking. I thought it was ice, but it wasn't. They had put a cold fork in their water, and they were just trying to... So everything was like... And like he was just so, wasn't he so tired looking? And
he was burnt out.
Just like he had nothing going for him.
It's the lack of ice that really threw him off.
And then you see him in the morning, you're like, "What's up, Jeffrey?" He goes, "Have you heard anything about the ice?"
Just buy a bag of ice.
He's actually, I know, like when he got back. He was like all worn down and like his body gave out. He got the flu or something.
No.
He said it was a lack of cold ice.
Sure.
I'm sure that he's just sitting in a fucking tub of ice right now,
He's
trying to bring his fever down.
It's good for the immune system.
Green Acres, you got some ice.
No ice.
You know, back in New York, you always get plenty of ice.
Oh, heard.
Yeah, it's delicious. It makes the drink colder.
This whole set is on ice.
Now, Chris is actually, cooler and more easygoing, but you don't ever have a funny Chris story. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's true.
I mean, he does nothing.
I wouldn't say that.
He's Dullsville, an L7.
Really?
Put it together. That's square, my man.
L7 weenie.
That's you, L7 weenie.
How about the freak out at the security line, the airport? Not good enough. I know it's not ice. I know it's on ice level.
It's Bush. That's a Bush freak. It wasn't what we're looking for our fun. I mean, we're not going to fucking end up singing Green Acres about it.
All right, I gotta step this thing up then.
Yeah, you got to become more eccentric.
Yeah.
More of a character.
I need a giant pen.
Was there a big pen?
Jeffrey Gurn always carries a giant pen in his
Giant
coat
pen.
pocket, like fucking giant, like this big.
So if
That's
you
like
ever
a foot-long pen.
Yeah, so when people say, "Do you have a pen?" he just pulls out this enormous pen. Here you go.
Clearly, Jeffrey's likable.
Yeah.
Clearly, that's a likable.
And then here's a weird thing about Jeff. So he was bringing up, like, when we were on the Canada station, Canada Laughs.
168.
Canada Laughs, 168, all of our good buddies. And Jeffrey's like, how much he likes people. And I go, then why do you wear hand sanitizer on your belt? I mean, that's like a person who does it. So he wears hand sanitizer, but then at the same time, every time that you're out somewhere, he puts a fucking spoon in his eye and acts like it's a monocle.
He loves that bit.
Yeah, he does. You know.
That's not sanitary.
Yeah, I know. First of all, you're getting that right near your fucking eye juice.
You can't get that contaminated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You remember what happened to you, Chris?
Oh, God,
Didn't somebody jizz in your eye last week?
No, that was a pepper that I mistakenly...
Aren't you peppered?
I am peppered.
You peppered your own eye.
This is meta. Yeah, you got to keep your eyes safe.
Hey, you guys want to hear something?
I
yeah,
do.
sure, definitely.
I've got the entire series of Wet Hot American Summer.
What?
Oh!
Come on, what?
Oh!
Share.
Well, here's the thing, Sonny. When you've been in this business as long as I have, and you've lived and you've loved and you've learned,
yeah,
there's a level of trust that you get from the big studios.
Damn.
I have that trust.
I'd love that level.
Burning copies and sending them out.
Dump out of this.
Because I haven't seen that other thing back from you that I gave you. Remember that the other day?
Oh, yeah, I'll give it to you.
Then hand it.
Tomorrow I'll give it
Did you watch it?
Mm-hmm.
Of course not. You didn't. I'll fucking question you on it right now.
I didn't watch it, but I'm going to watch it tonight. And you will get it tomorrow morning
Well,
in the AM.
I don't even know if I want it now. Doubt if I even want it. Kind of want it.
I want to taste that. What hot?
Kind of think I want it a lot. Ready to fold.
I really wasn't even pushing back, but okay.
Please, can I have it? Please. What does it take to get it? If you want my show, I've got it. What band, Chris?
I don't know.
I can't hide it. That's someone not know fucking Cheap Trick if they're from the United States of America.
I didn't know.
Really?
I really,
You know
yes.
who Cheap Trick is.
I know what Cheap Trick is. I didn't recognize the
Mommy's
song.
alright. Daddy's alright. Chris ain't got either one.
bring that
An
up?
orphan. An orphan.
Mean.
I guess he was a bad child.
No.
Whatever happened to Chris's parents? He didn't take care of them.
Yes, I did.
Really?
Yeah.
Then where are they?
I
They
can't
alive
control
anywhere?
their fucking, that they like to do bad things.
Alive
I'm a
anyway.
child. Was a
That's
child.
Are they
it, Chris.
alive anyway?
That's it. Speak out. Let it all out.
Yeah.
It's not your fault.
It probably is.
Chris, it's not your fault. Look at me.
Yeah.
It's not your fault.
Are you sure?
It's not your fault. You can't even do movie scenes
I
with you.
know.
I forgot about that move. Didn't know Cheap Trick.
Look,
Didn't know that.
Here's what I feel like sometimes. I'm on the fucking volleyball team. I just fucking surf it up for you guys. And everyone just watch the ball.
I didn't know I could jump in. I would have jumped in.
Yeah, you should have when you saw that this clumsy fuck was still focusing on his own life. How do you like those apples? All right, this is just out now. Iran is going to use those nukes against us later on tonight. God damn it.
This is breaking news.
God damn it. I knew this was going to happen. There's missiles coming right at our fucking country because Obama won't listen. That's why we need Donald Trump.
Old T-Rump.
By the way, do you ever notice you've never heard of another Trump in your life except for that one family?
Yeah, actually, I've never met anyone with that last name.
But I think I know Trumps, like with a plural, but I don't know singular Trumps. I've been thinking about this for the last 20 minutes, and I can't think of another singular Trump.
I've never met a Trump in my life. Almost seems made up a little bit. Like he chose a name that's like short, kind of powerful, fit up on the building.
I don't know. I think it sounds dumber. The thing doesn't sound powerful to me.
The ump.
Yeah, like bump.
Lump. Rump.
Yeah, it's a shitty name.
All right. Maybe you're right. Gump.
But when you said it sounds made up, I think all names are made up.
Someone had to make them up.
Yes.
See, we're not given to us by our Lord.
By our Lord God of Nazareth. I wish that we still went like that so that you could say, I'm Ron of Twin Oaks. originally of Chester, but I like to say Twin Oaks because of the T.O. boys and what that represents. Your ass getting kicked.
I would be Gail of St. Petersburg. Florida. No, not Russia. Would have to explain that every time.
Unless we're having caviar. And I guess Chris Stanley would be known as Shitty Pants of Astoria.
No.
His first name changed.
How's that work?
We got to keep our first name, but yours has changed.
Have you ever met Shitty Pants of Astoria? Yes, I have. He's charming and disarming. I understand his cock is bent. it's stuff that you don't expect to hear rich people say.
Strange she wasn't named Cocky Bent.
Cocky Bent of Astoria. I know him when he was just a little shit pant. He picked up that name for shitting, but not being over a toilet with his pants down. Kept his pants up, just proceeded to defecate in him. He's fascinating, really. Quite eccentric.
It all sounds so intellectual with that accent of yours.
Yes, he lets the shit harden.
Oh, God.
So, over weeks at a time. Bad rash, from what I understand.
Crust.
Down the ass cheek and into the undercarriage of the balls.
Taint, if you will.
Shitty Pant, that's disgusting.
Yes. Of Astoria.
Astoria.
He's an adult orphan, you know. It's a Greek area, Astoria. Do you think, like, when you ever see those kind of parties, and that goes back to when men had the big fucking chops and or ridiculous thing, you know?
Yeah.
And it never looked like a party that you'd ever want to be at. Like, they're supposed to be rich, and it just looks like a bunch of boring people. I own many things, and still no enjoyment whatsoever. Still find a way to be dull.
Yeah, there doesn't seem like a lot of laughs are going on there.
Right.
Are they just talking business and smoking cigars? That seems, and saying harumph?
Business is good. We should have more business with each other. Make money from it.
Or we are already doing business with each other.
Yes, and even more then. And more. Have you seen my giant sideburns?
They're pretty ridiculous looking.
Yes, I keep it that way, so when I shoot elephants, I look like a madman. My house is so big, I've had to hire minorities to carry me around.
Never.
You ever see, like, those old movies where they would go to shoot elephants in the bush, and they would just hire people to carry their luggage?
Yeah.
Like, you would just see all these...
Like on the sticks?
Yeah,
like
these black dudes would just be like, we have nothing, and yet all of our job is carrying this.
We're porters in the desert.
They're also trunks. Like, it's not light baggage here.
No.
The luggage itself is heavy.
And they're just like, is there any wheels to this? I want to find a wild, beautiful animal and then shoot it, kill it, and then have these minorities carry it all the way back to my steamer vessel, where in 3 or 4 weeks I'll be back in New York. The Explorers Club will hear this. You know, of all the stuff that we've ever done, we've never tamed the wild beast. We've never been able to do that.
That's true. We have the domesticated dog, cat, kind of.
Well,
But we need some new ones.
is there a reason that there aren't zebras out west? You couldn't have a zebra ranch?
I mean, I don't see what would stop you now.
I'd rather have fucking zebras than horses.
They're so much cooler looking.
Yes, there's stripes. You ever notice?
That's the part I notice most about zebras. That's the most striking
That's
part.
the first that jumps out at you.
It really
Where
does.
nothing in a horse. Someone said, "What? I just saw a horse run by here. What did it look like? Brown." You know what I mean? That's fucking terrible. Except for one little part of it was white.
Right.
But stripes is fucking nothing. I mean, a zebra looks like writing paper. Like you could, like a child could go over there and start making a capital B on it. They're fascinating. Are they mean or something? Is there some reason?
I don't.
No one ever rides a zebra or has a zebra pulling a cart?
We haven't tamed the beast, I suppose.
Even a giraffe is kind of like a horse where it looks very rideable.
Dude, you've never been up to a fucking giraffe.
I've seen one up close, and it's way weirder than you think. Like,
one attacked our car at one of those. I don't know where. I think we were in Newark, and they just come running out. But the neck is much bigger up front, and they were fucking and too small of a head. They're kind of freakish. And
the face is very alien-like. It doesn't look like anything else we have. It's like some sort of a horse bug alien.
Oh my God.
Like a horsefly.
What a freak.
Here's what would be great, though. Here's one. What if you could stop any of these animals and like somehow have them only when they were babies and they don't grow? You know what I mean?
Right.
Oh.
Like, I don't know, and you guys can think about this. I don't think you're going to be able to beat me when I say I would not only own a baby elephant, but I would love that baby elephant more than everyone else in my family or friends. I would just be everywhere with my baby elephant. And the only thing that sucks about a baby elephant is that they grow up. But when they're babies, they're fucking the greatest. Look how cute that is.
It's really cute. Tons of personality there, too. Very expressive. I mean, I would say the same thing for a bear cub. If you could keep a bear cub, I mean, we literally made a child's toy based on how cute the baby version of it is.
We love them, and in a large bear is nothing you ever want to see.
Yeah, but look at the face of that.
Here's what I would love about having a bear cub. You wrestle with them, and you're rolling around on the ground.
Yeah.
And then later, when you're watching a game, you use it as an ottoman.
Yes.
You know, you just put your feet up on it.
And he'd happily enjoy that.
So you would pick a bear cub over a baby elephant?
For me, if we're going baby animal.
Yeah, it's baby and it stops there.
You never have
grows.
to deal
no,
with
we're
it.
going to have science stunt its fucking growth.
Bear cub, by far.
Over baby elephant.
Baby elephant's adorable. I'll come visit your baby elephant. I'll be with my little bear cub.
Okay, let me ask you one more question.
Okay.
Are you going to have any more shots, or are you drunk enough right now? All right, Chris Stanley.
Baby hippo. They're surprisingly adorable.
Let me see, because I don't even know if I'm familiar with. Yeah, but they spend most of the time underwater.
Oh, look, it's
you know what?
smiling.
It looks like a fetus that hasn't finished. I don't know if I like that.
But here's the
Do you
thing.
guys like my abortion?
God, Chris.
God.
Your bluntness is never funny.
What did I say?
You said abortion.
Look at the ears, though. That is pretty cute.
Who, Chris's? Yeah,
Thank you.
I guess so. No, I'd be worried people are going to say, "Is that your brother?" and start teasing because you both have the same ears. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't think
too
it's
wrinkly for you?
it's too wrinkly. It looks like a nut, if you want to know the truth. Looks like a man's gonad with some eyeballs drawn on it.
Is that what you like about it, Chris?
Exactly. Look at this testicle.
Why don't you take your nuts out and stick it on it and go like this? Oh, God, I got an extra ball.
Now, if you could tame a full-grown animal, you have full guarantee, no matter how wild the creature is, they will not harm you, and you could control that they would not harm others.
Mm-hmm.
Unless, of course, called upon. What would you choose? Full-grown.
Otter? I don't want a fucking animal taking up my whole house. What am I going to do? Bring an elephant into my house?
You know, you maybe get a yard for him.
I don't like large animals. I like small baby animals. Just like with people, I like a little toddler more than I like a full-grown adult.
Well, yeah. It's like baby kind of dips off, though. Like baby, toddler's great.
Here's what I think. I think the reason that you answered that question is that you have your own answer.
I do have an answer.
Yeah. And that's what I find of most questions when people go, when people say, who's your favorite Beatle? They want to tell you who their favorite Beatle is. And I refuse to. But for the sake of the show and for the sake that I can't seem to get any ice in my water, have you noticed that here? What is the animal that you would keep full grown?
I would think it would be really cool to be like a falconer. with a large bird of prey. Like, if you could have a large bird that would fly off and return to you.
Yeah, but guess what? Falcons never attack humans. You're completely safe. Your only problem, you got to put that leather thing on because they don't know about their claws.
But I would be fine with any bird of prey, like a bald eagle that you could treat like a falconer would have.
I don't know if you can do that with a bald eagle. I don't know if they come back. A falcon will.
Yeah, but that would be my dream. Bald eagle. Some sort of huge hawk.
We could take you out with a falconer. They do it close to here.
I would definitely do that.
Yeah. Just
Falconer Day? Yeah.
Don't bring your dog with you that day. Because a falcon will grab a dog.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Or whip a dog's ass. That's its pleasure. Stanley, we're not going to take your idea.
Why not?
We know you and you curse too much. Do you have an idea?
I would. The first thing that came to mind was to have a shark, but I would never have the tank big enough. I could never afford that.
You'd never be able to spend time with him.
I feel like a tree, like a dolphin almost, where we just pop up on the water, out from under the water, or just swim, or hang out in the water with it.
Maybe he could protect you from other creatures.
Exactly.
Of the deep. I need to be able to spend time with it, though. You can't just be like, when I go to the beach, I get to see my shark.
Yeah, but aren't people like with fish tanks like that too? They're like, somewhere inside there is my pet. Somewhere inside that glass. I mean, if it was anything else, you're disgusting the way you don't let that fucking animal run around. And a fucking fish is used to having an entire ocean.
Yeah.
And now you've taken out the ocean the size of a pocket ocean.
I think that's where the way I feel about birds, because I think birds are really cool, and I wanted a bird when I was a kid, but I would never want to, because the idea of caging a bird really bummed me out. So I would like a bird that was wild, but that would like return to you.
They say the caged bird never sings, and yet I saw one singing "Bang a Gong" by T-Rex.
Really? So there you go.
Get it on. Bang a gong. Get it on.
Where did he even learn that?
Still thinking. We are the Bennington Show. We like music. We like comedy. It's that simple.
That's us. That's us to a T.
Oh, and we like movies and TV and books and poems. Oh, and we love paintings.
Mm-hmm.
Sculptures. Not just a sculptor. What we don't like: war, famine, Chris Stanley.
I'm bad company there.
And we don't like big business and big government. We like small business and small government. The Bennington Show. That might be the greatest song in the history of the planet Earth. And I'm talking about the entire history of the planet Earth, okay? Not just since Christ. I get a little upset that we act like, okay, now we start history.
Don't
There was a
forget
lot of
New
history
Testament.
before. What's that?
Don't forget Old Testament.
Old Testament times. But, humans were around like 200,000, 500,000 years something before even the Old Testament. I don't know what we were doing, scratching in the dirt. Being a bunch of morons, I guess. That's why you got to be careful time traveling. You don't want to go back to where people were so stupid they were eating flies off each other's backs.
They just beat you to death. They think you're some sort of monster.
With what? A stick? All you got to do, like all you got to do is run zigzag, and they would have no idea what the hell was happening. Show up with a lighter, and you're a god.
I think that it's funny that whether or not you're a religious person, you are still saying things are before Christ.
I know. It's true.
Like, when I went to Italy, I actually was measuring everything by Christ's life.
Yeah.
I was like, really? Before Christ? Like, whether or not you believe in, that's a measure of time.
Well, we do that with rock and roll before Elvis. You know what I mean? It's like Elvis. See, I go back a little further. I'm Old Testament rock at 88. But, it's this, imagine the life that you lived if people just recognize before and after you. And then that short 33 years that he had, that he was on the planet.
And then some of those years were dark. You don't even know what he was up to. Wrestling with all the responsibilities, I think.
Yeah, it had to be just incredibly big. It had to be big. And then before that, you had the Old Testament. Before that, the aliens landed and planted humans.
Right. They built the pyramids, I think.
Yeah, they built the pyramids because the humans could never put rocks together.
Not that heavy, they couldn't.
You know what? That's another nutty Gurian thing. Gurian is he's magic, he's aliens and all that, but he's always like, well, how could they? Look how big they were. They had no machines. I'm like, they also had nothing else to do. Like, it was nothing for them to spend 200-300 years doing something, because other than that, it was just eating bugs. I guess that's what they ate. There were no animals then. I should teach a history class to kids.
BA, before animal.
Yeah, well, there was a before mammal time, right? You had the dinosaurs, which apparently just, I mean, those guys rocked way longer than we've been around. Way longer.
Oh, yeah. We act like that's a blip.
I know, man.
It's pretty significant. And we think that all of them were like around at the same time, like T-Rex and Brontosaurus. They were all hanging out, right?
Yeah, because there was hundreds of millions of years.
They had 135 million years on top in the planet's history.
You know what? When people make a big deal about finding dinosaur bones, I'm like, how could you not? You know what I mean? They're all over the place. You just got to find them. Dig a little bit, look around.
There's bones everywhere, I assume.
It's all under us. Hundreds of millions of dead giant lizards. I always wondered if this, if maybe back in the Dark Ages, right? Somebody found some dinosaur bones, and that's where they got the dragon myth from, right?
Right, that makes sense.
Where they're like, look at this this is a dead dragon. And then I don't know what they do. They probably fucking grind it up and turn it into fuck juice. You know how they always think everything's good for sex.
Yeah. Tiger penis will get you a hard on.
Real fertile. Well, they did say that's where Cyclops came from. It was like a mammoth skull, and then they were like, oh, okay, that must be one eye as opposed to tusk or trunks or whatever it was.
I didn't know this.
Yeah. So they were like, oh, okay. Figured that out.
I thought I invented this theory. Well, I had read another thing where they thought that we remember on a cellular level from when we were tiny little mammals. Like when we were, I don't know, some kind of weird bunny or something. But I don't know if that could happen.
It gets very confusing.
No, it's all. Well, first of all, we don't know where we are in the universe, when we started, when we end. We know nothing. It's basically the human race's memento. You know what I mean?
Yes.
We're just, what? Let me try to put some of this shit together.
I'm going to try to figure it out.
And every once in a while, we get a smart guy who starts to do it, and then he dies. And everyone's like, I don't know what to do now.
He had it figured out. That wasn't our forte. I had a very good friend, and I'm not going to name her name to protect her innocence.
Okay.
But we were in a conversation about sea life.
Yeah.
And I was talking about whales, and I was like, it's crazy when you think that they're existing in the water. It's like dinosaurs that are just still, it's incredible to me. And she was like, yeah, I know. And we have to protect them because we can't do what we did to the dinosaurs to them. And I just had this moment where I was like, I don't know if I should explain this.
All right, let me just tell everybody that was Connie Treficano. She doesn't want to bring up her friend's name, but I know that girl. She was dumb.
Connie, I'm sorry.
She was dumb as dirt, and so was her whole family. They were a bunch of idiots. We can't let happen. That is true.
Overhunting. That's what we did.
We try not to let things go extinct, and everything is extinct, really.
Yeah.
Like all the shit that we have now, was extinct before. And look, if I look at nature, there's a lot of shit I'd like to be extinct.
Oh yeah.
I see some of those big spiders. I'm like, extinct that shit. Termites, extinct them.
What do we even need mosquitoes for?
Oh, to slap at ourselves.
Get rid of them.
They help. No, we need them to help spread disease.
Oh, okay.
They don't do anything good.
They suck our blood out. And then what do they do with our blood? Do they fucking put it in a blood flower? Is that it? Fucking mosquitoes.
I always feel so disgusted. If you look down and actually see yourself getting bitten, it's very invasive and like.
Well, when you're little, you watch it for a while. You're like, hey, that's fucking really sucking away, isn't it? I think they're gross, but a tick is even grosser because they'll fatten up on the blood. Oh, I hate a fucking tick. And now and again,
they're gluttons.
And then they're fucking disease spreaders. You know, they take a deer disease, somehow put it into us.
Get rid of
you.
them.
I honestly think the first one come from a guy fucked a deer.
I did not know that. That's a fact.
That dude, like, when they're always saying AIDS, the guy fucked a monkey.
Right.
Everybody should get to see that motherfucker. Because he must have been the craziest dude in his neighborhood. Yeah. People are like, man, don't even start any shit with him. I know for a fact he fucked a monkey one time, man. He is nuts. All right?
Pinned it down.
He hit me in the back of the head in second grade with a lunchbox. Look at that. I still got a fucking scar there.
That's your maid's guy?
He's a wild man.
Fucking nuts. He's got 4 monkeys living at the house. They don't even know about each other. He keeps them in different parts of the house. They all think they're his chick.
He literally invented AIDS. Horrible.
I imagine that if he died and there is an afterlife, St. Peter is still just punching him in the fucking ribs. Just, you motherfucker. Now I got all this fucking backed up work. You could just jerk off. On a monkey? That would have been fine. Jerk off on a monkey while it's sleeping. So that's what we're dealing with. We're trying to deal with science right now. We're a scientific show, basically. We're like Neil deGrasse Tyson's Star Talk. Mm-hmm. And you know what? The fact of the matter is, and I love Neil because he's a great speaker, but he maybe knows a couple more things about the universe than the average idiot. I mean, he'll basically say, we have no idea how it works or where it goes. This is Star Talk. We don't really know. This is just the opening thoughts.
So you were going to tell us what all this stuff meant.
I don't know. I stare at that planetarium, and I'm just freaked out by it. That's the thing. We don't know. Did you guys see the thing with that Russian had put that money into, I think it's Jodie Foster's program, where it's just all these big satellite dishes, and we're trying to pick up radio signals. And see, here's the weird thing. If you've ever been on the radio or TV, all those things fly out into space.
Right.
They exist. They physically exist and can be caught forever.
Yes, they'll travel on. It's like I think it's actually what they say is the last remnants of us that will exist will be our like radio waves and the information that we have put out into.
We're making ourselves eternal right now.
Yes, this is an eternal moment.
Wow. Look, aliens, we lived long ago and learn from us. Do not kill your dinosaurs the way we killed ours.
Savor them.
Yes. And also, don't take your ray guns and just start shooting. Find out if the people are nice or not. If anything, when I even heard that, like, aliens could hear us and be able to track us, if I was the president then, I would have just shut down everything. I said, look, we got to fucking be quiet down here. Earth should be laying on the bottom like a fucking Russian sub, not giving out any noise at all. No pings.
Like our satellite, or it's like one of the probes that we put out has, you know, almost like a little time capsule and messages and audio from us. But it also includes a map back to Earth.
Oh, God.
And I wish that we hadn't give out that information.
I hate when they do that stuff because now all the aliens are going to think we have mullets and listen to In Excess. And that's just where our fucking heads were at the time.
Yeah, we're over that now. Yeah, it was a thing we went through.
They'll just show up with mullets and just be like, dun, 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 dun. Right? That's what you guys like? MTVs? We're like, no, they don't even play in videos anymore. We go through trends very fast here as Earthmen. The aliens, I think, are the only people who are ready to talk to the whole planet. Because, like, if you watch a sci-fi movie, it's always like people of Earth. I'm like, no one ever does that here.
Yeah.
Like, Obama won't open up with people of Earth. I implore you.
All humans.
And some animals. I can't imagine, like, well, this is how confusing things are. When a when the Spanish first came over, like in South America and stuff, and they had horses, right?
Yeah.
Those indigenous people saw them and saw it as one being. They go, some of those dudes have fucking 4 legs and they run really, I mean, they're huge. They're gigantic. And there's another head that comes out of their dicks.
It's pretty weird. You've got to see it.
We have got to get some high fucking ground because we are not going to beat these dudes. They even said a lot of those dudes were just standing there. Like, you know, there would be thousands of them standing there while guys came up in swords. They just had no idea what was going on. They didn't know what the fuck was happening.
They were just like, I don't want to mess with that. That's nothing I understand.
Yeah, it was outside of their being. It's like how if things showed up here that we had never seen before, you know, we might not even notice them.
Yeah, we've never considered an alien showing up in tandem with another creature, like working together. That must have been a very bizarre looking thing.
Or showing up as light or gas or, you know, dirt. Just dirt things that just lay there like, oh, this is Earth, huh? They move around a lot more than we do. I just like to lay here.
I kind of like the new dirt people.
I don't. I like to keep a really clean kitchen. I mean, if someone even uses a cup, I just want to move. Don't cook in there. That's the kitchen. I don't like the smells. I've heard people say they don't like to use their kitchen because it stinks up the house. I don't want the house smelling like toast. Ew. I'll go out for a meal. That's so fucking New York, right?
Then live in a shipping container.
If someone's like, oh, do you smell something awful? Yeah, that's coffee. That thing that you smell in your home, it's just coffee.
It smells like a Starbucks in here. It's disgusting.
Ew, let's move. I don't use the beds either or the toilet. Oh, God, though.
Well, now I have to throw out the sheets.
Disgusting. My own germs everywhere. Look, the alien thing, and I'm just going to put it out there to people of Earth.
Mm-hmm.
It's never going to work out for us. It will lead to the worst thing that ever happened to the human race within seconds.
Well, you can expect that no matter what, if intelligent life reaches us, they've got to be tremendously more intelligent and evolved than we ever could be.
Yeah, of course. I mean, they're going to look at Neil deGrasse Tyson and go, what is he rambling about? He's a moron. You know?
He doesn't know anything.
He doesn't know anything. And he has a show? You gotta be kidding me. I should have 10 shows on this planet.
They really love entertainment.
How does this guy get a show? He doesn't even know how to travel in space.
My agent's terrible for not getting me on this planet.
You know what would be really embarrassing? Probably our most embarrassing thing would be sci-fi. Like they would turn on fucking Star Trek or Star Wars and just be laughing.
Warp drive.
Look what these fucking idiots think.
A replicator.
That's what they think happens. Yeah, I mean, look, whenever there's a more advanced race, right, that shows up anywhere, and don't take my word for it, ask Hawaii, ask Tahiti, ask Africa, the people who get there don't give a fuck what the people want.
Right.
Or they just think that whatever belongs there also belongs to the new people who discovered it. We're fucked if they show up.
Yes, completely. Yeah, because they would be like, yeah, we were smart enough to get here, so we own this now.
I think if anything, if I was the president, I'd just be shooting nukes into space. Like every day, I'd be shooting more nukes. And I would go in the news, I'd go like this. I don't know whether it's working or not, but it's worth a try, don't you think, folks?
We got plenty of nukes.
Got plenty of nukes, and we're building more as it goes.
We did 3 just this morning.
Yeah. Let one of those fuckers bump into our nuke bumps. See what happens. Like little nuke buoys. They're just everywhere. Well, they had those in World War II. Remember the Germans would just throw out...
Yeah, like spike balls.
Yeah, those mines. They would just throw a mine into the water. I don't fucking teach them.
It's going to move.
Yeah.
It's gonna...
And they're still floating around out there. Every once in a while, a kid on a fucking rowboat. Why did I think he was on a robot? I guess the sci-fi talk.
Yeah,
that did it
that's...
yeah. So that's what I'm trying to say, folks. We need to mind space right now.
Definitely. If we want to be safe, that's our best bet.
The thing is, we're not safe. We're not at all. One thing that Neil deGrasse Tyson begs us to do is figure out how to stop an asteroid. And nobody listens to him. They're like, well, that'd be expensive. And he goes, what are you going to pay if a fucking asteroid is coming at us?
Guess we wiped out.
I mean, the most we could do, I guess, is send some miners up there.
Yes.
Like Bruce Willis did.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And drill into it.
Here's the other thing, too, about a movie like that I hate. I hate the fact that we're supposed to cry when Bruce Willis dies when we already saw China and Japan get fucking blown up and there's, billions of people.
Oh, they do that all the time in those movies where, like, suddenly we're sad. Like, the dog didn't make it to the
Right.
car.
Oh, and California's gone, too. But that we didn't watch them.
Right.
So we don't care. We don't know their personalities.
Friendly with them.
Right. We have to know the person, their struggles. And I'd like in those movies that they still worry about daily stuff, the fucking guy is like, should I put this wedding ring on? And she's still like, you did cheat on me. And if I was there, I'd be like, who cares who fucked who? We're all dead here. Let's fuck, that shit's gone.
That's a thing of the past.
Way, yeah. Nothing matters, Bruce Willis. Whether or not you think that Ben Affleck should be with you. First of all, you're right. He shouldn't. He can't stay married, this fucking guy. But two, it doesn't matter. There's giant fucking asteroids coming here.
But do I have your blessing?
I don't care. You understand that? I don't care.
It's important to me.
We're all going to be dead.
I want your daughter's hand in marriage. If anyone comes up and says, I want your permission to marry your daughter, start choking that guy. Because he's not fucking ready to run things himself.
No, and also, he doesn't value her opinion first.
Yes.
First, most importantly.
Well, she's stupid. So, yeah, I'm glad you came to me. Here's some of the things I want you to do to keep her in line. Like I had to do for her mother. What are we, fucking crazy people?
I think I want to marry her. I want to talk to all the men in her family, see what they think about it.
They know best.
They'll be able to decide what I should do. Oh, God, we're so fucking stupid. No wonder the aliens hate our guts. What if they just picked some people out? You know what I mean? Like, what if they just thought these are the only people we care about, and they were just like gingers or something?
Yeah.
You know?
Like, they're kind of interesting looking.
Like we do with dogs. We're like,
Right.
some are cute, but we don't want those other mangy dogs.
Right. Do you think that you will be adopted?
We'd make great pets. I actually did a show one time where the people in the show were like saying that if aliens could come here and cure, diseases and stuff, that they would be happy to be pets. And I'd be blasting those motherfuckers.
Yeah, you're saying if you solve our... Okay, these are also people who are going to be really fine with robots, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
These are people who can't wait for robot takeover.
Of course, they all want it. Oh, someone to make me breakfast.
Yeah. We'll all be around in our little motorized carts and they're doing all the work.
We can't move. So basically, now you got another robot walking for you. Hey, robot, put me to sleep.
Roby?
And then a certain thing, robots are like this. We could get a lot more done if we just kill these carbon-based assholes. This cancer that has attacked Earth. There are a lot of people who believe that's true of us, that we are, from Earth's point of view, a cancer ruining everything.
Well, it makes a lot of sense if you look at pollution, if you think about the harm that we've done to animals, to other people, to other humans.
Yeah, you sound like somebody giving a fucking speech in 10th grade. Environment, it's important.
So society is the one to blame.
Our society forgets the fact that we share this planet. Just when even someone talks, I just want to put my head down on a cold desk and pass out. Wake me up when the bell goes off.
Oh, those desks were always so cool.
Oh, nice cool desk. Fuck, I'd lay there until I got a big red mark on my head. Spit running outside my mouth. Yeah, just drooling down on it. That fucking red mark gets bigger and bigger. You see those guys in the hall, they look like fucking maniacs. You're like, whoa, where'd you sleep? Where were you sleeping at? Cool.
Spanish.
Yeah, it was always sounded like just another language.
Oh, it's so soothing.
Never gonna use it.
It's like gibberish. I'm not really
Keep talking, lady. Keep talking in your stupid tongue. I love it. It's like with kids, I'd like to just like take the teacher out of the room and put a fucking white noise machine in there and see who even catches on to it. Any class after lunch was just nap time.
Oh, yeah. I had Spanish right after lunch, and that was the sleepiest time.
I've never heard you speak Spanish once.
Nope.
Never even once. But wouldn't you love to be able to speak languages now?
Oh, yeah.
I met these when we were up in Montreal. Because they were raised with two languages, it's easy for them to pick up a third language. So a lot of the people were saying, no. I go, it's, you speak both languages. And they're like, yeah, but I also speak Spanish. What? How the fuck do you put that in?
It's like if you stimulate that part of the brain, especially when you're young, you're like, that's it.
Well, they were saying, they were like going like this to me. What could be easier than speaking another language? And I go, everything? Everything is easier than that. If you don't learn a new language by the time you're 5, forget about it.
Yeah, it has to be when you're young.
Because even a guy who takes Spanish, 1st grade, 12th grade, he'll go to Spain and he just sits there like an idiot. He's I understand some of the words. And then Joe, somebody was speaking Spanish to him in Montreal. One of the people who told us they speak multiple languages, and they said that he was just
terrible.
Yeah, and he's born in Puerto Rico. Born in Puerto Rico, and he's dumb as shit with it. He's seriously.
It was embarrassing.
Yes, I was humiliated.
It was really bad. I was like,
Yeah.
what is you're representing?
Well, while he was talking, I called the hotel and I said, block any calls to me. And if anyone says I'm staying there, take my name off the record. That's how embarrassing he was. And then he was speaking so quietly like this. They're like, por favor, he sounded like fucking Spanish Pebbles Flintstone.
Like he didn't want us to hear him.
Yeah. Yeah, well, wait, that was pretty good, but in Spanish.
No, senor.
Pretty good. And this is probably somebody from Spain just went, why is she going to fucking use that word? She's not.
Senor. That's all I have.
We got a break again, Chris?
Yes, we do.
This is the Bennington Show.
This is Bennington, Raw Dog Comedy Hits, Sirius XM 99.
Is this our unmasked announcement? Ladies and gentlemen, we are excited about
Tito's.
This next comedian, probably the strongest comedian in the country.
Tito's. This is Tito's handmade vodka.
Well, I got a big unmasked announcement to make, too.
I know, but right now it's Tito's handmade vodka.
Okay, my unmasked is going to be with Tito Beverage.
No, that's...
Do you know that when I did the interview with Tito Beverage, it has been passed around, and I've heard from some professors that they played it for their classes in college to try to explain to real life stuff to them.
Really?
Yeah, it's really, really touching to me. And, and I brought up Unmasked. A certain Unmasked guest brings up his Tito moment during an Unmasked. So that interview is what started a lot of stuff for us in terms of Americans thinking, you know what? This is not a dress rehearsal, This is life.
It's real.
It's real. That's why I tell people to go over to Tito's website, because it isn't just about vodka, but it's not even just lifestyle. It's life. It's life itself. Tito's story, very, very well known. Here's a guy who's got a chemistry background. He's working as kind of a wildcatter for an oil company, looking for oil. And in his spare time, he makes vodka. Now, who the hell would know how to do that in their spare time? Who could go into their own kitchen and make vodka? It seems crazy to me. But not only did he make it, he handed out as like Christmas presents to his friends. His friends are like, dude, you've got to sell this. Well, here's the thing. We all think to ourselves, oh, I make the world's best chocolate chip cookie. The stuff that you've got to do to get it from your house to the counters, it's insane. And that's why I told Tito before, this should be a book. You know what I mean? A book for how to do stuff. And when I'll never forget, I talked to him about this one time too. I'm like, well, what do you do? You know, what do you think about business and government? And this is it. He goes, I don't pay attention to any of that. You know, if there's rules, like any game, you got to play within the rules. I just focus on what do I got to do to get it done. And I go, well, what about me? I like to complain about the government and large corporations and how unfair life is. That's why I don't have my own vodka out. You know what I mean? Because I sit around and figure out reasons why it's impossible. And Tito went in the opposite direction and just thought to himself, what do I got to do to make this happen? First of all, you make a fantastic vodka. And after that, you've got to figure a way to get people to know that it exists, how to get counter space, how to get it in bars. Fascinating story. Truly fascinating American story. So here's what I recommend that you do. Next time that you're having some Tito's for yourself, and we all know it's one of the best vodkas that's ever been made anywhere on the planet Earth. It's just fantastic. It wins all these awards. Next time you're thinking to yourself, I'll have one, go over to the website. Read about it a little bit. Chris Stanley, hit my click check.
Tito's handmade vodka is distilled 6 times from 100% corn and is naturally gluten-free. Visit us at titosvodka.com for recipes, songs, and more. 40% alcohol by volume, handcrafted to be savored responsibly.
Lots to do. We got a lot on our plates for the last hour of the program today. And by program, I do mean episode. Today's episode. No one ever calls radio shows episodes.
I did when I first started, and I could tell that it was weird right away. Then I stopped doing it. I was like, when we first started doing, well, the first Benningtons were, you know, every couple of weeks, you know?
Right.
So it felt like an episode to me. Like, we're on our 3rd episode.
Yeah. Well, I'm on my 1 millionth episode of radio. It just feels like one long, crazy show. But we got 2 big announcements or pronouncements to make. Number 1, an unmask that you'll want to come to. Chris, what is the date on this?
Monday, August 10th at 3 p.m.
Monday, August 10th in New York, New York. I can honestly say that if someone said, oh, they picked the funniest person in the world, and if it was this person's name, I would have no complaint. Now, I would have no complaint with that at all. Now, I think that if you also went around and asked every comedian, who is the comedian that you most admire for his act, his writing ability, his life, and the way he treats other people? This guy's a runaway hit. The next Unmasked, and give that date again, Chris.
Monday, August 10th at 3 p.m.
is Mr. Brian Regan. Now, yeah. He later on will, and he's already sold out, Radio City Music Hall, which is just mind-blowing to me.
It's massive.
And for the first time ever, Comedy Central has said, we will air this broadcast live. So you will be seeing, as it happens, Brian Regan on stage. You will see him in a much smaller venue. We're going to be at Caroline's Comedy Club. Caroline's Comedy Club on August 10th.
August 10th at 3 p.m.
3 p.m., which is a Monday. Monday. Brian Regan's going in. That's going to be so much fun. I did one of these things before, and it was years and years ago, and I'm still laughing about it. I still find myself laughing. I actually struggled with the last Unmasked with him because I started laughing so hard that you get a little scared. It's like an acid laugh. Like, I don't think I can stop laughing, and I know I have work to do.
I'm so excited about this one.
You should be excited. Do you know, I knew Brian Regan before I knew you.
I know.
That's how far back I go with him. I know Brian Regan before, and long before I knew Stanley.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? I've known this fucking bottle of water longer than I've known you.
Well, I know that's bullshit.
No one really knows you.
Says Brian Regan Unmasked, happening at Caroline's Comedy Club Monday, August 10th at 3 p.m. Go to theinterrobang.com for your chance to win free tickets.
And do yourself a favor. Tell your friends.
Yeah.
Because this is truly a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
It's huge.
It is great. It's going to be great. I'm very, very happy to do it. And I can tell you this. Caroline's is thrilled because I don't think he's walked into that building in a lot of years.
You like that, Caroline?
But he's a big theater guy now. He's been a big theater guy for a long time.
Right?
Not only that, he's one of a handful of people who has consistently sold out theaters without the help of a television show or movie career. Let me put it another way. He's sold out theaters without cheating.
Right.
The cheat of, we're going to go see someone we saw on television.
Yeah, because he's a real stand-up star.
Yeah, he is a stand-up star.
He's a major
I'm going to say him, Stephen Wright, George Carlin are the three off the top of my head that said they didn't really need a TV show or movie career to keep doing it for years at a time. John Fugel saying wears his suit to work every day like this is CNN, and I think that's his end goal, if I'm going to be totally honest with you. I think he dresses for the next job.
Okay.
Where Stanley and I dressed for the last job that we had.
You like this new shirt I have on?
Okay, people are writing about when the last time he played Caroline's. Okay, fine. I didn't say he ever played Caroline's. I'm saying they couldn't get him now.
Look, this is about the Caroline's happening Monday, August 10th, Unmasked with Brian Regan at 3 p.m.
Regan?
Regan. I turn everything else around.
Don't say anything to him. Mr. Regan? Hi, I'm Chris Stanley.
That's adorable.
Yeah. First of all, welcome to Caroline's. We hope you like it very, very much. You'll see a womb here. It's called the Regan womb. I got your water wiggle if you need that. Regan, you just said.
Yeah.
He's finally come back to Caroline's.
I understand you're going to Rhode Island after this, and that should be... Oh, Juan's going to be here any minute, Regan. Hey, can you believe it? Juan and Regan, right here together. Please, Chris, please.
Slip of the tongue.
You work in radio.
I know.
So a slip of the tongue is like a dancer saying, oh, I just fell over. That's the only thing that happened. The dance was good. I just fell down a lot. Now we also have our prize that starts today, and we'll continue tomorrow on when we do OP Radio and then through here. And it's the wet hot weekend with Ryan Weekend.
No.
Hello, everybody. It's Worldwide Sports. My name's Chris Wanley. I want to be here with you, the home listener. That's white. Chris Stanley. Stuttering Stanley. He used to call me back in school, and when it says it now, it's going to get the ass whipped. So we got a wet, hot weekend. How exactly does this work, first of all, Chris?
Well, first of all, it's a DVD signed. The prize is a DVD signed by Michael Showalter, Michael Ian Black, Ken Marino, Janine Garofalo, Judah Freelander, Elizabeth Banks, Molly Shannon, and director and writer David Wayne. That's the prize.
Huge prize.
It's a ridiculous prize.
I can't believe all of those signatures fit.
Well, it was years in the making. This has been something that, like, you know, Fez would buy these prizes, like, honestly, 6-7 years ago, and then he would have each person sign it. And we all ignored, you know what I mean? And I figure now that we're doing this weekend and we got David Wayne coming in here, who's really the Brian Wiegand of cinema scoop. He's a CinemaScope Wiegand. Have you been called that before, Mr. Wayne? Actually, he'll call him Mr. Rain. Right this way, Mr. Rain.
But it's a huge prize.
Oh, it's a fantastic prize, and all part of our Wet Hot Weekend, which works out, Chris. What are we playing over the weekend?
We're playing the Unmasked with Ken Marino, Michael Showalter, Michael Ian Black, and Janine Garofalo, and interviews from the cast members. Well, Jason Schwartzman's in the new Netflix version.
I love Jason Schwartzman.
Yeah.
Elizabeth Banks.
Love Elizabeth Banks.
Judah Freelander.
You know, I had Elizabeth Banks in, and I called her Elizabeth Banks from Biddle. And she loved it.
Did she?
I didn't say it to her face because I thought it might not go over so big.
Judah?
Yeah. Wouldn't you love to see her at a drive-thru at a bank, though, and just say, Elizabeth Banks here. That's what I would always say to her.
This makes total sense now.
Yeah.
And Molly Shannon.
God, how many times are they going to run over the weekend? Because Don tried to send me a schedule, and I looked at it. I'm like, I don't understand this, and I hit delete.
You didn't have to delete it completely.
Yeah, well, then I said to him, somehow it got deleted. Please send it to Chris. And during that, you can win this fair prize. And we'll be talking about this even a little more tomorrow. But we have been asked, well, not asked, but we've taken upon ourselves to help them sell their new Netflix special, which runs this weekend, which we're all probably going to spend the weekend just watching.
Yes.
Yes.
That's my plans.
No way I'm not watching every single episode by Monday.
You're going to watch them all?
Yeah. Done.
I'll crush it by Friday night. It'll be done.
Now, the movie is called, the new show is called what?
Wet Hot American Summer, first day of camp.
Now, do they have a tagline? Is there a slug there, something that we can use? See, that's where I think they make the mistake, and that's what we could do to help. So, go over to the iBang and add the tagline for the movie. And go ahead and you don't have to think what's the best tagline. Do what we do as you come up with one.
Yeah.
Just put it out there. Even if you need to steal it from us, we might even forget and say you're the winner, and we will pick our favorite.
Yes.
And by we, I mean Chris. I'll forget all about it. And Chris will do a bad job picking it out, and then everybody will get mad at him.
No, they're going to love me, and the person who wins is going to love me especially.
I think I could already win this.
What do you got?
All right. Wet Hot American Summer. Just when you thought it was safe to go back into the summer.
Perfect. That's a great one.
That was the Jaws 2.
Yeah.
That was like the Jaws 2 thing.
And this is the sequel. That's a great one. I think I have a good one, too.
All right.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Wet Hot American Summer. Summer's back. Wetter, hotter, Americaner.
Oh.
That's good.
It's actually better than mine. Mine's more of a ripoff. I want to just give it to her, Chris?
No,
or?
no.
I did it!
Yeah,
you don't get it. No.
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
But you're the front runner. I'd say it again, but do it in movie voice.
Wet Hot American Summer. Summer's back. Wetter, hotter, Americaner.
All right, I like that a lot.
Okay, good.
Joey Jojo, I see that you got your hand raised.
All right. Wet Hot American Summer. For the first time ever, slutty camp counselors and summer hijinks combine.
Jesus, that's stupid.
So lengthy.
It's lengthy and it's on the nose. There's nothing funny about yours. Like, here's mine. I'm going to show you how to do this.
Okay.
Wet Hot American Summer. You're throwing around toonies like they loonies.
I love that.
That's great.
That one's good.
I should just give you the prize.
I didn't know it took place in Canada.
We're done.
Yeah, it takes place in Canada. There's no doubt about it. What about Dandy Dan? Dandy Dan got anything?
What's up, Andy?
Dandy Dan Pearl Man.
All right, Wet Hot American Summer. The title should make you think of dirty sex.
Stop.
Blunt.
That's again on the
Blunt.
nose.
Stanley-esque even.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes, that is Stanley-ness blunt. All right, give me another one, Dan. You're better than you're a professional writer. All
Okay, Wet Hot American Summer. It's almost as sexy as those dry, cold Russian winters.
Okay, that's
You don't make me want to see this. All right, give it back to Toonie the Loony. What do you got for me?
Wet Hot American Summer. Wake and bake on lakes.
okay. That actually sounds
seen
pretty
it?
fun.
Yeah, I have. Yeah,
There's not a lot of marijuana there.
there's enough, and
There's
near a lake.
children.
There's actually no weed in that movie
I
at
don't
all.
think there is.
No, there's no drugs.
Maybe on the first day of camp there was,
Who knows?
just not on the last. They'd run out by then.
Why don't we do this? Wet Hot American Summer. Joe never saw it.
I've seen it.
All right, you can go over to the iBang, sign up for this. Your opportunity to win one hail of a prize. And tell everybody what it is, Chris.
It's a DVD copy of the original Wet Hot American Summer, signed by David Wayne, Michael Showalter, Michael Ian Black, Ken Marino, Janine Garofalo, Judah Freelander, Elizabeth Banks, and Molly Shannon.
Huge.
You're
That's
getting
pretty goddamn good.
You're getting the state on the DVD, plus Judah Freelander, Elizabeth Banks. It's crazy. This is a ridiculous prize.
We have left you out of this,
Yeah.
Chris.
I've noticed that.
Because I'm saving the best for last.
Oh, good. There you go.
You know, and I learned this from Bewitched. Larry Tate would wait to the last possible seconds, and then he'd say, Darren Stevens, you have something.
Thank you.
You're my Darren Stevens.
Okay.
Now, you're not letting your wife use her witchcraft, so that's a problem.
He would have taken advantage of that more.
What do you got?
Wet Hot American Summer. If you're Jewish, you'll get all the jokes.
Say. Why are you laughing that joke?
I was proud of that.
I hate people that sit around and have a fucking wheezing horse laugh for themselves.
I smoke.
Pretty good, right, Guess?
You shouldn't be laughing
fire.
at your own fucking humor. Good. Here's some early ones up on the iBang. Wet Hot American Summer. Why so wet? Why so hot?
Okay.
Wet Hot Episode 1. The Summer Camp Menace. Wet Hot American Summer. 40 is the new 15. All right,
Okay,
that's strong.
that's really
That's
good.
strong. And I'll tell you something. A lot of these dudes haven't seen 40 in a long time. This is a great song.
It's awesome.
I got some news for you guys, too.
Oh,
We're getting Rick Springfield soon, too.
that's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah. That's when we're going to be bigger than life with this.
It's gonna be
fucking
huge.
song.
I can't wait, man.
I had to point that out because that's one of my favorite scenes in the whole. To be like,
Yeah, then they go into coke and they're
Yeah.
smoking crack and it's all.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they got
Like,
dark.
one of
All
them,
right, Joey
Janine
JoJo's
Garofalo's,
back
like,
in.
in a
Thank you,
corner.
Phil.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no problem.
Sometimes it's fun to leave camp, even just for an hour.
Yeah, it is. It's good just to get away. Get away.
We
All
used to
right,
say that at college, like, constantly. It was, like, great to get off campus, even just for an hour. Then we'd all laugh. We do enjoy that movie.
more than we thought. Well, we said that even though I didn't go to college and the movie hadn't coming out.
Wow. That's pretty weird.
Gail, back to you. What do you got?
All right. So, this is my second one.
Yeah.
It's going to be before Coop and Katie, before McKinley and Ben, before Gene and that can of vegetables. It was the first day of camp.
Oh. Well, let me just say this. I didn't know that we were pre-writing. Yours sounded a little too professional. Because mine was just going to be, hey, kids, we got Ant-Man. Because that's
Good too.
That's got to get a lot of children there that probably missed the first.
That's the hook right there.
Yeah.
I thought I was going with like a couples thing.
You were good, but it just seemed really professional.
Well, I'm trying to set the bar high.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like,
I
this is a big prize.
Yeah. All right, back to Joey JoJo.
Wet Hot American Summer. You'll fall for it in July.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Okay.
I just realized you're our worst. And that's a group that includes Chris. What? Let me try Anthony. Anthony, who wasn't even old enough to enjoy the first one.
I know. He was just a wee lad. He was a little guy.
He was a wee lad. What do you got?
Wet hot American summer. There's something hot cooking.
That's
Okay.
Joe Dumb. That's seriously Joe Dumb.
So stupid, Anthony.
All right, here's a
Joe
couple
Caliber.
up on the iBank. This one, we might already have a winner with not Jay Peters. I really was hoping it was him. Wet Hot American Summer, the Squeakquel.
Yeah, done.
That's
Nice and
really
simple.
strong.
This is going all weekend.
All right, low key Mike might have it. Wet Hot American Summer. This is not a show about Chris Stanley's nuts.
I wish it was.
Wet Hot American Summer. Sorry, Bill Murray wasn't available. That's from Delicious. Boogie in VA says wet and hot. As opposed to what? It's summer, ain't it? And Freddie the Greek said this time it's wetter and hotter. This is actually a pretty weird 80s playlist they got rocking along.
I know, it's getting me really excited for the show.
It's a strange soundtrack, and I love every one of these songs, and I've heard them dozens of times.
You love the Rick Springfield?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That fucking song's great.
I think one of the best things when that Dave Grohl Sunshine, whatever his thing was, he was most excited about working with Rick fucking Springfield.
Is that
Because
right?
This fucking changes everything. And I mean, he went out and they did that song, and he fucking sold it hard. The head was just fucking going. All right, Dan has stepped up, and that always concerns me.
Up to the plate.
All right, Wet Hot American Summer. We filmed this one in Baghdad. Much cheaper.
All right,
It's a misdirect.
all right, yeah. I mean, it is definitely, it definitely is a misdirect. Let's go back to Big Chris.
Wet Hot American Summer. Check out Gay Bradley Cooper.
Oh, jeez. I don't want to live in a post Hulk Hogan world where I bring up gay jokes. If we had to pick one of our own winners so far, I think we're leaning towards Gail. Although I do
The
like
first one?
Yeah, your first one. All right, so that'll be up all weekend long. You can play, you can win, you can have fun.
Have a go at it.
Yeah.
It's a big prize,
Give it a run. Give it a run.
Don't be shy.
Yeah. Chris Stanley, tomorrow we're doing Opie Radio at 7 a.m.
Yeah, we are.
Bright and early.
And I just thought of what we're doing for our music, too. I thought of everything that you guys said, and they were all good.
Yeah.
We're going under the covers tomorrow. Cover songs.
Oh, nice.
Ooh, I like it.
Yeah.
All right.
Cover songs. I was thinking about songs that you didn't know were covers and playing them by the original artist, but that's just getting to be a wise ass after a while.
Right.
No,
Cover
sure.
Well, wait, you're going to go covers that are even better than the original?
Well, that's the hope, isn't it? Covers that are better than the original. I would definitely want to. I love doing the morning show, even though if I did it every morning, I would probably hate it. But I just like to have anything that's different.
Yeah,
You
it's
know?
a nice little change.
Change. I could take care of my folded money. It's all over the place.
I know. You
We're
gotta
doing
take
Ed
his
Helms
toonies.
tomorrow for Unmasked. And that should be really... Well, I know it's going to be really fun because I already did it. And I'm telling you, the critics may disagree with me, but I laughed at that movie. And the people that I was in the theater with laughed hard. They laughed harder than me.
That's awesome. I mean, it's a hard thing to pull off. That movie
It's
has
impossible.
cult status.
Well, it was a giant hit. And then cults. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Hit the cult.
Hit to cults. I mean, it spawned many, many sequels. All right, here's some more coming in. What Hot American Summer? Some of us still look good. See, that's sad. Not everybody looks great. Liz Sets Fire wrote this one. Wet Hot American Summer. Leave your fondled sweaters at home.
What'd you say?
Here's one from
Undo with cheddar.
Chanel. Wet Hot American Summer. Sounds like I might need fresh undies.
I like that one.
Drew O'Drew said, Wet Hot American Summer, as dumb as you are. No, it's going to mean to us.
Come on.
Cruel.
That's not good.
Architect West says, are you ready for the Wet Hot American Summer?
Ready for the Wet Hot American Summer.
Good times. Here's Garrett Mess.
Hey, Ronnie, best cover ever. The Stranglers doing Walk On By, the Dionne Warwick, Burt Bacharach, Al Davis song. You need to hear this if you never have. It's amazing.
This is a real possibility.
I like the sound of that. I don't think I've heard that cover.
It is the greatest thing ever. And can I say, Gail, I'm in love with you.
Oh,
Just
that's
saying.
so nice.
Sweet thing, you.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Anytime. Have a great day, folks.
You're very single, aren't you, Gail?
She's very single, and I'm very married. Just saying.
Yeah, that works perfectly. Because that always works out for everybody.
That's really the best combination.
It is. Actually, what I like to say is any combination is a good one.
Mm-hmm.
I say even a bad love is better than a good love. You know what I mean?
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Dan in FLA. What's up, buddy?
Hey, buddies, I got one.
Go ahead.
Warning. This is the hottest, wettest, Americanest summer ever. That's all I got.
Do you always want to put warning on a movie poster?
Stanley does.
Yeah.
Look, this will get him in. He'll be like, oh my God, what should I do? Watch this movie. That's what.
Do not watch. Is that
Stanley,
what
let's see if you can pull one out right now.
All right, I got one for you. What Hot American Summer? Can't wait for the sequel, What Hot American Road Trip to Camp?
Oh, Jesus.
Prequel. I fucked that up.
You really don't have your heart in this.
Yes, I do. I love this movie. I love this contest.
Easy. None of this is fighting. Okay, you're a bad person. It got pointed out. The only thing that got pointed out is you're a bad person, and you took it the wrong way.
It's not a big deal.
It is, to me, it is.
Joey Jojo hasn't even gotten one acceptable yet. Joey, what do you got?
What Hot American Summer? Streaming like Camp Creek's on Netflix. No.
You didn't even have to say no.
That's a good try, though. I like.
Thanks.
Really?
I saw
What part?
that you were. I'm just,
You saw that he was making words?
I appreciate it, Gail.
You're
I thought
so
you were going to
welcome.
be my guy.
I know. I want to be. I
wanted you to be the guy behind the guy.
Guy behind the guy behind the guy.
Standing next to that guy. In the background. You are acting nutty today. Here's Biker Scott. What's up, Scott?
I just wanted to put in Johnny Cash covering 9 Inch Nails Hurt.
Yeah, that
Best
doesn't.
cover ever.
Yeah, because it doesn't get played much, so that should be fun.
Really? He did that.
I hurt myself today,
Did you fall down?
sitting on the toilet. Chris went in to fuck up the bit, but I just kept going.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I learned that from Mr. Ed Helms.
I know.
Focus, he said.
Improv.
Yeah. I don't know whether he said try to steal the bet away from the person who's performing it with a little, underneath jab. Big Dan. It's going to be you and an Anthony to set this up again.
I think Andy's going to bring it this time.
I
don't
know.
know. I don't see either one of them doing well.
I don't know. Dan had some good ones.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, Dan, let's hear it.
Before Wet Hot American Summer, we had Wet Hot American Summer.
It's pretty good.
Okay.
There was an earlier one.
No, I like it. Kind of. Hey, Mark, what's up, buddy? Mark.
Yeah.
Go ahead, buddy.
Hey, buddy, I got one for you. Attack of the Short Shorts.
Okay, because it all
Pretty
ties
good.
in.
Yeah.
Here's Copper Kev says this. Wet Hot American Summer, mo bitches, mo problems. Wet Hot American Summer. Thanks, Judd Apatow. Wet Hot American Summer. It's for my pussy.
That's so good.
Stanley lost.
That's one of the best lines of the whole fucking movie.
Tim Knight said, wetter, hotter, Americaner, summoner. That's kind of like Gail's.
Yeah.
Prince Flex says, better than a cold bath with someone you dislike. Old Dirty Hog says, wet hot American summer. Paul Rudd, still a dud. Jim D said, wet hot American summer. Everybody getting tipsy.
Okay.
This is from ATX Clown. Wet hot American summer. If you didn't get the jokes in the first movie, watch this one anyway. Wet hot American summer. It's grown-ups for grown-ups. That's from Cam. Bozarth said, wet hot American summer got the skank on me. I should have said stank. I fucked it up. Cajun Jack said, wet hot American summer. Just collecting my paycheck. Johnny says, wet hot American summer. Don't worry. We'll find to explain how ancient the stars are. Doll Fan said, wet hot American summer. Listen to the can of vegetables.
Solid character.
Love that can of vegetables.
He's a little scary, though. I don't know if I could enjoy him.
I mean, yeah, it's scary to see a can of vegetables talking, but I trust his advice.
Let's see some more of these. Liz is back with wet hot American summer. Is there going to be ice? Take that. Taps in with the Gurian from earlier. Architect, wet hot American summer. Get low, get low, get low. To the windows, to the wall. To the wet hot summer. Drop down my balls.
I like the tie-in there.
Here is, how the fuck is it August already? Wet hot American summer. It took a lot of waxing to pull this off. Wet hot American summer from NY Pest. Damps, tramps, and camp. Tommy V says, wet hot American summer, the juice is loose. Kappa said, wet hot American summer, hot weather and hot dick. I Love Angel Dust says, wet hot American summer. P.S. Where the fuck is my sweatshirt? DIJB said, wet hot American summer. Fuck these kids. No, I can't read this one. Yeah, I will. Movie D said, wet hot American summer where all the kids have that same disease Robin Williams had in the movie Jack. See, I know it would make us sad. We're still sad over Robin. Wet hot American summer. Someone is getting Cosby'd. Okay. That's from Jim. Wet hot American summer. Jewish camp. What could possibly go wrong? Lumpy Man said, wet hot American summer. D's nuts. Here's Jeremy in Kentucky.
Hey, Ron. Best cover, humble pie, can't stand the rain.
Well, that's a strong one. That's a strong one, my friend. I hope you're writing these down, Chris. Rob, go ahead.
Hey, guys, I can't match that fucking brilliant accent I'm following, but how about Foo Fighters on a Mission Impossible soundtrack did Have a Cigar?
You know, the Foo Fighters could really jump in on a lot of these. Here's Dave in Virginia.
Hey, Ron, I love the show.
Thank you.
Hey, hi, Gail.
Hi.
Hey, thank you. Wet hot American summer. Oh, at least it's a dry heat.
Aaron in Boston.
Wet hot American summer. Centaur's first kiss.
John in North Carolina.
Red hot American summer. S'more fun, s'more summer.
Shane in Texas.
Wet hot American summer. Most of our dicks poke out.
Alex in Jersey.
Sweat makes Africans dumber.
This is your way to win a cool prize. Go over to the iBang, sign up. You can do the slug long. Look at Anthony just standing there that whole time. Aww. He's looking hopeful. I mean, you're 0 for 2. You're like the Little League kid where I'm like, I got to pull you, dude. I can't give you this next bat. And he's standing there with his helmet on and his bat. And I'm like, finally, all right, go ahead. Go do it. Annie, this is it for you. I mean, really sell this shit.
Wet Hot American Summer. Fuck winter. Oh, no. Don't look down.
I don't like to see you work blue, dude. You're my
thing.
good boy.
You're better
all right? You're not Joey Jojo, the potty mouth.
Yeah, Anthony. Get out of here.
Joe, you got one for us?
In camp, no one can hear you scream.
It's a little better, actually.
Actually, not too
if you
bad.
would-
All right.
If you would have done the Wet Hot American Summer thing first, it would have been perfect. The problem is they can hear you screaming.
I can. There are others around.
Voices carry.
Hush, hush.
Keep it down now.
Ah.
I know. That was my fault. All right, here's one that Liz just sent back in. This actually made me fucking very happy that she did this because I laughed at this. Wet Hot American Summer. Arts and farts and crafts.
Arts and farts and crafts.
Now, in my day, it was so long ago.
Back in the Stone Age.
Jesus fucking Christ was our camp counselor. What the fuck? That's the best stand-up fucking set ever.
It was amazing. And what was really great is the kids were just dying. Like, instead of having them, just crickets like an old man would get.
They loved it.
You know what? I don't even know if I want to watch the new one. I just want to watch the old one again.
JJ's the best in that scene because he's just screaming, leaning forward and screaming, laughing. I mean the Ice Age. No, it was the Stone Age.
I didn't know that you could do an old Jewish man voice.
Oh, yeah.
I'm looking down the window here. It's just raining its ass off right now.
Is it really?
Yeah, and you try to stop all the rain from happening.
Get on that, Anthony. Seriously.
I need some dry. Kev says, Wet Hot American Summer, watch out for the falling trees. Wet Hot American Summer, these meatballs seem stale. Wet Hot American Summer, is that Frazier's brother's balls deep into that counselor? There was not a single straight thing about it. And that might have been Janine at her cutest.
Oh, yeah, she was
I
great.
loved her in that.
Remember when after a while everyone got mad at Janine for, I don't know, political reasons and they started saying stuff? I'm like, I thought we all adored her.
No. I don't know why they would say that. I love her.
What she says about, I don't know, Nicaragua, she's adorable.
She's the best.
She used to date bands. Remember that was her thing? Her and Winona during the 90s dated a lot of famous band members. Her, Winona Ryder, Chris Stanley have all dated.
Yes.
That's right.
You said that was your thing, right? Dudes and bands?
Yeah, I just got just turned out.
So many dudes with tattoos that just say Stanley forever.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah. Someone remember me by, dude.
Vinny, Strong Island.
Hey, wet hot American summer. Rock out with your cock out.
All right. There you go. Justin in Illinois.
Red hot American summer, not to be confused with Kentucky Fried Movie.
That's my. All of our phones are going crazy
What
because there's flash floods predicted, not knowing that we're on the 36th floor.
We're fine. Everything's going to be okay.
I can't tell you how safe we are here from a flood. Plug me in anyway. That was like an alarm that my phone needs to be reached. That poor bastard just.
I
hung
know.
up.
Damn it.
No, that's his own fault.
He ran for the hills.
Yeah. You got no chance to win now, dude.
He thought the Russians were finally attacking.
This is it. This is what we've been waiting for.
We knew this was going to happen since the 50s. You motherfuckers. Everybody into the shelter. Who would want to be down in one of those things when a nuke went off? I'd rather be running straight into it.
I will be.
I'll just dive into the cloud.
It's the only way.
If you just saw that footage, it's horrifying. One gentleman just dove into the mushroom cloud. Looked like he had one hand on his balls and the other hand waving. Guess he didn't want his balls to melt, but not exactly what we're telling you people in your rut cellars right now. Stay low. So if you're just joining us, 185 atomic bombs have been launched against the United States. Luckily, only 2 have dropped. The rest went off safely into Canada.
Nothing to worry about.
Here's one. Wet Hot American Summer now with Wi-Fi. That was from CJ Coates in Colorado. Said Wet Hot American Summer. Shake that bear. Wet Hot American Summer. You taste like a burger, and I don't like you anymore.
It's just barbecue sauce.
Wet Hot American Summer. Where the white women at?
Everywhere.
Wet Hot American Summer. Let me try to get this one back up because just spinning now. Dry humps and dick bumps. Wet Hot American Summer. Pre-moistening and applying friction. Sponge Seed says Wet Hot American Summer. More Jewy.
I don't know if that's possible. I hope so.
Oh, I thought you were going to say there was something wrong about the statement. Now you went in an entirely different way. One that you actually joined the offense. So you can win big with this. We'll play it a little more tomorrow as well.
It's a DVD signed by David Wayne, Michael Showalter, Michael Ian Black, Ken Marino, Janine Garofalo, Judah Friedlander, Elizabeth Banks, and Molly Shannon.
Here's some Wet Hot American Summer. I'd rather find the Blair Witch. Wet Hot American Summer. The Return of Pookadoo.
Yes! I didn't know he was going to be in this.
It's awesome.
When you guys were talking about weed earlier, I just came running. Almost ripped the puka necklace I was working on. Puka and weed, that's all I need.
That's you.
I remember earlier when Stanley laughed at his own joke.
Yeah, what's wrong with
like
that,
a
Puka?
horse with asthma.
I enjoyed what I said.
I just thought of one Wet Hot American Summer. Remember that time Stanley laughed at his own joke? Like a horse with asthma.
That's a good one, Puka Dude.
Yeah.
Can we give Puka Dude this prize?
No, we can't.
Eric in Atlanta.
All right, here you go. Since it's a prequel, damp, warm, British colony springtime.
Oh, that's
Wow.
fucking strong,
That's
dude. Make
smart.
sure you put that up on the iBang. You got to go to the iBang to sign up for this.
Yep.
But that one might have won for me.
Yeah, that was
You
a
know
good
why? Not thinking, man. Slug
Yeah.
line.
Using the noggin.
Like Bobby the Brain Heenan used to. Guess who came out against Hulk Hogan?
Yeah.
Oh.
Coco Beware.
Oh, no.
Ah,
I thought they were tight from back
I
then.
stand by Coco.
Yeah. And he goes, how could you do that, Hulk? You even got my bird upset.
Oh.
That bird's still alive to this day.
Stanley sucking dick.
Wet Hot American Summer.
That
What do
will
you-
not win.
What do you got, Rob?
I got Wet Hot American Summer. Gayer dudes with grayer pubes.
That's kind of nice.
Yeah.
you know?
That sounds great.
That is an amazing gay-seeming cast without... I think only one dude ever said that it was gay.
Yeah.
Brian Regan Unmasked. You got to jump on this because these tickets are going to go fast. Monday, August 10th, 3 o'clock at Caroline's on Broadway. On September 26th, 9 p.m. on Comedy Central, Brian Regan Live will air from Radio City Music Hall. First time in the history of Comedy Central.
That's wild.
They had the faith to let somebody,
Huge.
just let it run live.
Because they trust him.
Maybe they're making a mistake. Maybe they're making a giant mistake.
But definitely grab the tickets to Unmasked. It's going to be a big one.
Hey, I don't know whether you guys saw this, but Mia Farrow put up the address of the lion hunter. And I found out this term just from this. I never knew it was called this. You're doxing somebody.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's the term where you...
Double X.
Yeah, you reveal...
Well, what's that mean? Why would that mean doxing?
I gather that's because you're putting up documents on that person out there.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
And
giving the docs.
And the XX is like, internet speak, they don't spell anything correctly on the line.
All right. Do you think that this is a dangerous thing to do or fuck it? What's the big deal?
For this dude, I don't think it's a big deal because this guy, they already have his work address and he's not staying at home. He's underground. He's already hidden. He's staying out of the public light, even from his own home.
So you say just in the case because this guy's already had a head start.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't give it out. They could burn his house down.
Yeah, I was going to say, it is dangerous because now it's like you're giving out that information. Who's to say?
Right.
You know, maybe your intentions is like send them a bunch of letters or like show up and picket, but then something really bad goes down.
Yeah. Privacy is a thing of the past, but it's still, for me, growing up in the time that I did, seems like the craziest thing a person could do.
Yeah.
To give out. But then again, I don't know, they put children's Facebooks out and stuff like that, so
Yeah.
maybe people are nuts today. I was walking down the hall and I heard Jenny Hutt talking about her vagina.
Oh, yes.
That's what kind of show is this?
I just heard that echoing down the hall. My vagina.
My
What?
vagina.
Who is that?
I guess she had her pants off. My vagina. We gotta do something with Jenny Hutt.
I know.
We gotta get her in sometime.
Did you follow her?
No.
Hut the Hut, butt the butt. You working on everything with BL too? She wants to come up.
Yeah. I'm in
Nice.
text message conversation with her.
Everyone tells me you don't get back to them or you don't answer them at all.
I
Which I think is the same.
I told BL that I was going to give her a date today, is what happened. So she's it's still today, isn't it? She'll be contacted.
You see this one where Terry Richardson got called out for being a creep?
Yeah.
Some guy went up to him with a selfie video and said, look, this is a real creep right here. Now, you're one of the people who hate or like Terry Richardson?
I am aware that he's a creep, but I have liked his photographs. You know, it's like I kind of separate the two things. I did see him on the street and I felt naked walking by him. Like he has an ability to like stare through clothing. It's very strange.
Yeah.
But considering where he was, it kind of freaked me out because I'm pretty sure that's like the same corner. That looks like Houston, right?
Yeah. That's
like literally exactly where I saw him. So I feel like he must
You're
live
right. That's Houston. I recognize that building right there.
But it's
On
like
the other side is like
almost exactly the same
well, maybe
spot.
that's where he lives.
Yeah.
Maybe it's his neighborhood. He never looks different either.
He said the
No.
same look for like 20 or 30 years.
That's his thing.
Surprised he
But
never
the
read.
ladies seem to like him.
Yeah, I mean, and you know, ladies seem to like him, and
I
you know,
feel like-
celebrities
people
constantly
are
want to
just
be photographed by
asking
him.
this. Did Gail just dox him by giving away his...
Why'd you dox him? What?
I was trying to come out against doxing.
He didn't kill a lion, all right?
Damn it!
He just takes pictures.
Show up down there and call him a creep to his face.
David, Tennessee.
Hey, Ron. Yeah, Mia Farrow didn't give his home address out, just his work address, which is public knowledge. I think she's safe
Oh, I
there.
thought you gave out his home address is what the headline said.
No, I thought that at first, but she just gave out his dental practice address.
Well, maybe she was just trying to help a little bit. See what the headline says there, Chris. Oh, just work address.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. that
That's
works.
public knowledge. Anyone can get a dental appointment from him.
Can they? I know a couple of lions that would like to get an appointment with him. Chris said you had a Coca-Cola infographic.
Yeah, there's been a Coca-Cola, basically an image going around online and tells you what happens to Coca-Cola. It just breaks down what it does to your body over
Well,
the
how
course
do
of
they
an
know
hour.
this?
It's a
Is it science doing it?
Yeah,
or
it's a
just
science.
cartoon thing.
It's science applied to a infographic.
When's the last time you drank a Coca-Cola?
2 days ago. And looking at this, I felt bad about it in retrospect.
I don't think I've ever had a whole Coca-Cola. Isn't that weird?
Yeah, you've never been a.
I will take a sip of someone's Coke if I'm eating a pizza because I see where that makes sense.
Oh yeah,
like
cuts right
they
through.
definitely
Cuts right through the pizza.
Yeah, right through the grease. It's very, it's a good pairing.
It's like having a knife. I would say this though, I don't remember the last time I could have back-to-back Cokes like you could when you were a little kid.
Right.
And I only have the occasional Coca-Cola. And by the way, it tastes delicious every time I have it.
It really is
I'm like,
good.
why aren't I drinking this all the time? But remember, like when you would be a little kid and your mom would like get gallons of Coke, and she's like, "Where did all the Coke go?"
You only want to drink a soda.
You're just sitting on the fucking couch,
vibrating.
What? I like Coke. Shut up.
Why did you want more? Can't stop drinking this stuff.
I'm watching my tattoos. Support to me. But I think that's only something a little kid can do, a slug. But do you notice that you'll never run into a child who doesn't like sweet things? Like, I've never met a kid who like, no, not for me. Candy? No.
No.
Like some kids, you have a nephew who says, I'm not supposed to have that. Like he knows.
Right, that he's not allowed.
But that would have been the exact opposite for me.
Oh, yeah, that's insane. I would
would've
never
been like,
do that.
I'm not allowed to have that.
Yeah, I think kids they just have different taste buds. They have to, because the stuff that you could eat when you were a little kid, you could not handle. I could have multiple pixie sticks and see nothing wrong with that. That wouldn't seem weird.
I know.
If somebody said, like, here, try this, I'm like, ooh, that's kind of gross. I'm done.
I would have had every pixie stick.
Yeah.
Like, don't give me a pack of something. That's insane.
Don't you know what you're dealing with?
No, I'm going to say Joe was probably a sensible eater as a child. Were you, Joe?
I was very picky, but I would still eat any sweet thing I possibly ever could.
What wouldn't you eat?
I wouldn't eat peas, broccoli, mashed potatoes. I hated.
What?
And salmon. I didn't like salmon growing up.
That's a sophisticated fish. I'm going to be honest. A lot of kids don't like salmon.
Brain food.
I didn't like a lot of foods when I was a little kid. My parents still
believe.
They were like, wait, you ate a lobster? Never. I'm like, come on.
I'm an adult.
I'm not fucking 8 anymore. By the way, don't confuse lobster with crab. I'm sure if we would have had lobster when I was a child, I'd be happy with it. Just don't want to sit there and hammer and pick at a crab. It's gross. It's like trying to cut open a bug. Look over and your family's sucking on crab claws. Gotta suck it out. Oh!
Something's body.
Yeah, the good stuff's inside of it.
Suck inside the skeleton. Yeah, see that? The other big story, Stanley put up, was the impulse drive.
Yeah.
I had never even heard of this before.
I feel like I'd heard about it, but all right. So this is the thing. So like 15 years ago, this guy put together a way to create something called an impulse drive, and everyone thought this is bullshit. This is not going to work. So they started building prototypes of it. NASA's did it because he just put the plans out there online. And another country, Germany, put another prototype together, and they say this thing actually works.
But it was like a fictional thing first, right?
No, it
was a design.
It was a design.
He
Yeah,
didn't physically make it. He put the design out.
and now they say it could get, if they say the theory on how it should work, it does work, and that it can fly a ship to the moon in 4 hours or go to Mars in 70 days. And NASA said it worked. Like they've tested it. They said, okay, what this guy theorized actually works. So, however,
now, let's just play with this. You were saying we can now get to the moon, from Earth to the moon, faster than you can get from Los Angeles to New York City.
Yes,
with this engine.
Yes, with this engine. Of course we are.
Not just by walking.
No, you have to use the engine first. They have to build.
I mean, if you're going to be smart guy, you got to sound smart. Now, what is it about this drive, and how would it not make the ship itself fall apart?
What it does is it uses
uses what? Gas?
No, it doesn't. It does not use gas.
Burning stove? You didn't read any of it.
Centrifugal force?
Not centrifugal force.
That's just a term I know exists in the world.
It makes some sense. At least you didn't read anything about this. You just put the story up.
Yes, I did. I did read about it, but there's a lot of technical jargon in there that.
But I know, but you can't give us a reason why this thing will work. Has anyone else heard about this?
I've read other articles.
No, you're not someone else. You're already the dumb person who doesn't know what you're talking about. Why don't we pick this up tomorrow, and we'll worry about it then? Because it doesn't seem like you can explain this to people.
Everyone needs to study up.
Yeah. All right, hold on. Charles says he's got something. Charles, what's up?
Yeah, hey, I'm just saying that the name Impulse Drive, she's right, it was a fictional thing first, but it was a Star Trek thing.
Yes, exactly.
So he actually just took the name from Star Trek. But
right,
he's not using those Millennium Crystals or whatever the hell they were called.
No.
Yeah.
All right, thanks.
No, he's using actual real, human signs.
Chris.
Yes.
You couldn't sound dumber than the term human science.
Well, there were Vulcans and Klingons in Star Trek.
And who came up with warp? Them? Is that why they're running the fucking universe?
They had warp.
The Federation itself.
They had warp drives before the Federation. The Federation eventually developed it on their own.
Wait, you sound like you know a lot, but then you didn't know that impulse drive was from Star Trek.
It's like she caught you like an idiot.
I know plenty about Star Trek.
I know, but it's interesting. Something so important as the impulse drive.
There's no such thing as phasers at Star Trek. Definitely not. You mean phaser guns? Were they going to take a spaceship ride with you? You fucking idiot.
Hopefully one day we'll be taking a spaceship ride to the moon.
Tomorrow, if we can do it. Oh, you're going to the moon, Alice.
Now, if that was possible, would you take a 4-hour trip to the moon?
Oh, in a heartbeat.
What about 70-day? 70-day trip to Mars.
Too long for me. I want to wait until we get a new impulse drive. 4 hours to Mars.
Oh, I'm waiting. I'm waiting.
I don't care where I go. I want a short travel time.
Yeah.
Short.
Under 6 hours, you're saying.
5 is my limit where I'm like, I gotta spread my legs, dude. I'm gonna get out and just walk on the wing for a while. I always say this too. Like, there's nothing better. Like, if I think I have a 5-hour flight, right? And we land 4 hours and 55 minutes, it's the happiest I've ever been. But if it's 2 minutes over, this fucking airline sucks.
This is terrible.
I mean, you're cramped the fuck up.
Is it hot in here? Just start tearing off your clothes.
Actually, our plane was cold the last one we took.
I liked it.
I always find them to be cold.
It was very chilly. And since I was in first class, I said, can you get me a blankie blank?
How was first class? Did you love it?
Well, there was only, I think 3 or 4 rows.
Right.
So, yes, you just feel better than the other people.
I wanted to be there so badly.
They gave me a very bad breakfast, but we got water and glasses. Don Wiki Wickland takes care of my travel plans that I need.
I got half a bag of pretzels. This wouldn't even qualify as a bag of pretzels, what they gave me.
As soon as I got there, I was like saying to those guys, oh, I don't know about that breakfast. And they're yelling, breakfast? What? Thought I smelled something.
Have a bag of pretzels. What did she hand it to you? Like, you need to share?
It was just such a tiny bag of pretzels that they must have only been made for the airlines. It's ridiculous.
Yes, they're literally have the name of the airlines right on
I
them.
hate them. They get some rolls gold and just fucking buy them at the store at the airport and then just bring them into the fucking ship.
Now, did you notice that?
Whatever it is, plane.
Just relax. You have had a long day. You're very tired. Did you notice that we got hot towels going there and cold towels going back?
I didn't get shit.
You didn't get the hot or cold towel?
I got nothing. I got half a can of Coke poured into... No, not even a third of a can of Coke.
There's no ice with it. This is unbelievable.
Zero ice.
Who lives like this? I can't. I mean, you always want a little ice to make things colder. You got to have it a little colder. All right, so we're going to keep running that contest all weekend long, and it's going to be exciting.
Oh, hell yeah, because you're going to get a DVD signed by Michael Showalter, David Wayne, Michael Ian Black, Molly Shannon, Judah Friedlander, Janine Garofalo, and Ken Marino.
Huge. Come on, guys. Give it a go.
The Tim Tebow shirtless video is up, and the Kim Kardashian video is already up.
Yeah, she made some sort of ridiculous video shilling an energy drink she now, I guess, is a sponsor for. And Tim Tebow.
What is it? What's her things? I didn't
Scantily clad?
No, she's just, it's very bizarre because she's just dressed as different actresses throughout time. And she's just like, it's going.
Oh, I saw the first picture when she was Audrey Hepburn. I didn't know that this was a series. This is something women like to do. Where you never see, like, men thinking, like, hey, do I look like men from the past? I think we'd actually be insulted.
Well, when you told me that, I was just like, I do want to see that. All the different looks.
Do I have a John Wayne look? Is that me?
You have a Jim Belushi look.
Thank you. I'll take that as a compliment.
It is.
And yes, she's just being weird as possible.
Just like doing a little Marie Antoinette there.
Yeah. I guess it's for an. I have no idea what it has to do with an energy drink, but that's what it's for.
Well, you know, you're paying attention.
I'm a Red Bull guy from way back.
Yeah, but there's more energy drinks out there. Give them a try. Love is all right tonight.
I don't know. Listening to that really got me excited.
Where do you get to meet Mr. Rick Springfield?
I know. I go nuts.
Go crazy. Hi, Rick. How's the Power Pop game? Albert's already saying that Hicks doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Okay.
Go ahead, Albert.
Talk your shit.
Hey, just want to let Chris know that he has no fucking clue what he's talking about.
Really? Why not?
The impulse drive
He's tired.
is working by using solar power to generate microwaves that move back and forth and does not use any rocket fuel, and NASA says it does work.
Here's the
This guy
amazing
sounds
thing
pretty
about
smart,
that.
by the way.
In space, that's where you really get solar powered.
Yeah.
So here you are, you're just hauling ass, and the solar power, you don't even have to fill up again.
Yeah.
Why can't we get one of those for the planet Earth?
Tell Chris to make sure he reads the website.
Hey, guess what,
Please
dude?
do.
I said it doesn't use fuel. All right, you better listen back.
Albert, you're going to go into the pretty good prize closet.
No,
because you did a pretty good job of making Hicks look like an idiot.
This is bullshit. It doesn't deserve anything.
Pretty big winner, Albert.
I hate Albert.
JoJo, tell us what he won.
For making Hicks look bad, he won David Blaine, Fearless, signed by David Blaine.
Jeez, that's
Wow.
unbelievable. That's my
Right, he doesn't
favorite.
deserve that.
I think he
don't know
does.
about that.
Now I hate David Blaine to be
How come he
associated
didn't
with
call
that
it pretty good today? We went and changed the name of the prize closet for you.
It's the Pretty Good Prize Closet from here on henceforth and forever. And yeah, I forgot.
Whatever shirt you're wearing today, Joe, get rid of it because it's bad luck.
Wait, don't. Look at how great it is.
Just chilling with the buoys.
It
It's like
it's all
boys.
buoys.
A bunch of buoys just hanging out.
Me and the buoys. All right, we got to lock and load and get out of here. The Kim Kardashian, you want to go see. The Tim Tebow shirtless. You know, he can't even get a buzz this year.
I think it's going to start to build now.
No. I was talking to people in Philly. They don't even talk about it.
No.
No one cares. It's weird because it used to be whatever move he made, people cared about. There he is, this
That looks fun.
swingy swing
actually.
boy. Yeah.
Does that actually help you?
Well, in a jump pass, I believe it does, Chris. Because that is his main pass, remember? He jumps and throws it with two hands. All right. Let's get out of here. We'll see you guys 7 a.m. tomorrow on Opie Radio. And we'll see you all again in 1974.
Ladies and gentlemen, the evening is over. We hope you all enjoyed yourselves, and we'll see you all again in 1974. Good evening!